Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Wrightstown High School, the site for tonight's Northeastern Conference showdown between the visiting Freedom Irish and the host Wrightstown Tigers. I am Ricardo Arguello, part of USA Today Network Wisconsin, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson, bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, again, we're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin, and boy, this is a big one. There's a lot of big ones in the state tonight, but I think this one is right up there, Brett. We're talking about undefeated teams, battle for Northeastern Conference supremacy. Doesn't get any bigger here than Wrightstown and Freedom.
Boy, it sure doesn't, Ricardo. I think you're right. I think if it's not the game of the night in the state, it's certainly one of the games of the night. We've got some other really good games coming up in the Fox Valley Association that we'll keep an eye on as well. But both teams, Ricardo, 6-0 overall, 4-0 in league play. Both teams, for the most part, really taking care of the opposition, particularly Wrightstown. And what's interesting, when I was putting the stats together, Wrightstown, we think traditionally ground and pound, but they're putting it up in the air a little bit with Trevor Vandehei as the quarterback, the Iowa recruit for baseball. So they may be showing a little bit more dynamic look offensively, something that's going to be a little bit extra to prepare for the Irish. And boy, how about Drew Courts on the other side, league's top passer.
Yep.
And they are just kind of an aerial circus, you could say. I mean, some fantastic passing yards. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these two defenses play. And then, like you said, Ricardo, winner of this game takes command of the NEC, and don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, so to speak, but you got to think they are pretty good, sitting pretty, I should say, for the NEC championship overall with only 2 weeks to play after tonight.
And not just that, Brett, and we'll talk about this more as the game goes on, but there's playoff seeding implications on this as well, as that's only a few weeks away.
That's crazy.
When the HAL 9000 churns out the playoff pairings for the upcoming postseason. Well, let's get to know the teams a little bit. Again, we're going to read off some notes here. I'll start with Wrightstown. Brett will finish with Freedom. Brett does a great job every week putting these together. What do we know about the Tigers? Well, they're ranked number 1 in Division 5 in this week's WisSports.net State Coaches Poll. They're coming off a hard-fought 10-7 win over Little Chute last Friday. And that was an NEC matchup at Little Chute. By the way, in the ESPN media poll, Brett, and I got to mention it because I'm a voter, I think they're 3rd in the small schools.
Okay.
So Wrightstown really, people really are aware of how good the Tigers are. Now, Wrightstown in that game against Little Chute scored all 10 of its points in the second quarter to rally from a 7-0 deficit. Quarterback Trevor Vandehei connected with Daniel Bunton on the opening play of the fourth quarter to tie the game at 7-7. Did I say that right, Vandehei?
Yeah.
There we go. Bunton then hit a 20-yard field goal with 3:02 remaining to give the Tigers the lead and cap the scoring. Vandehei threw for 133 yards and a touchdown on 7 of 13 passing. Jaden Kitto led a Wrightstown rushing attack that finished with 153 yards in all, with 85 yards on 3 rushes, so really showing his big playability. Vandehei was next with 50 yards on 12 attempts. Caden Colwell caught a 69-yard pass. That was his only catch of the game to pace the receivers, and Kitto's 3 catches were a team high. Defensively, Wrightstown limited Little Chute to just 165 yards, including 54 yards on the ground on 26 attempts. Bennett Herman led the way with 9 tackles and 1.5 sacks. Riley Feldkamp also had a sack, while Kitto was credited with an interception. On the season, Vandehei's thrown for 482 yards and 7 touchdowns, while completing 54% of his passes. Aiden Humphreys, one of our Elite 11, Rosie, is the Tigers' top rusher with 598 yards and 8 scores. His rushing total ranks 2nd in the league. He's averaging 7.6 yards a carry and 119.9 yards a game. Vandehei next on the rushing attack with 306 yards and 5 scores. Caldwell leads the way in receiving with 8 catches for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kitto is next with 7 catches for 121 yards and 2 scores. Now on the defensive side, a lot of these players going both ways, Brett. Aiden Humphreys, he's one of them, top tackler with 35 stops at linebacker. He also has a sack and a forced fumble. Mason Driscoll is next with 29 tackles. Feldkamp, he goes both ways as well. And Josiah, am I saying this right? Cousins? Is it Josiah Cousins? Cousins, okay, thank you. Have 3 sacks apiece to lead the way in that category. Kitto has a team best 3 picks. Now, as a team, Wrightstown's averaging 80.3 passing yards per game and allowing 88.8. Tigers are averaging 270 rushing yards. Brett, wow, that's a hefty total there.
Even though I said they're throwing a little bit more, they haven't strayed too far from their roots, right?
They're just a shade under 300 yards rushing a game. That's incredible. and they're allowing 104.7. Wrightstown, also high-scoring offense, are averaging 38.8 points a game. They're allowing 9.3. Brett, that's almost a 30-point advantage in scoring. Whoa, you can see why they're ranked so high. Now the Tigers at their next game, they're at Denmark on Thursday in a Northeastern Conference matchup. Kickoff set for 7. Brett, what can you tell me about Freedom?
Freedom, just like Wrightstown, 6-0 overall, 4-0 in the Northeastern Conference. The Irish are ranked number 7 in Division 4 in this week's WizSports.net State Coaches Poll, and they're coming off a 35-7 victory over Denmark last Friday. That was a Northeastern Conference matchup at Freedom. By the way, Ricardo, is Freedom in your ESPN poll any chance?
Yeah, they're number 11.
Number 11.
They're just out of the top 10.
On the small school poll, yeah. So quarterback Drew Courts, we talked about him, another sensational game. 302 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. He completed 16 of his 18 pass attempts. Courts' TD tosses were to Parker Jochimson for 27 yards and Jack Bonnet for 5 yards. Courts also came up big defensively with a 73-yard interception return for a score. So doing it both ways. That was in the third quarter. That gave Freedom 35-0 lead and triggered that running clock. Aaron Hamble scored twice on the ground on runs of 5 and 2 yards. Nixon Heinke, he led the way in rushing with 32 yards on 6 carries. Courts, he was next with 29 yards on 6 rushes. Jochimson, he had a big night receiving with 10 catches for 160 yards. Nolan Phillips, 3 receptions for 72 yards. Aaron Hamble had 1 grab for 59 yards. And something, Ricardo, to keep in mind when we talk about defensively, Courts doesn't focus on one guy. He's got like 4 or 5 different receivers, and it is going to be a chore, I think, defensively to try to shut down that passing attack. But we'll see how it all goes tonight. Defensively, Freedom limited the Vikings to minus 10 yards rushing, 113 yards overall. Walker Westfall, he finished with a team-high 10 tackles, while Colin Witt tallied 8 stops. On the season, Courts, 1,393 yards and 16 touchdowns. Those are both conference highs. He has completed 68% of his passes. Courts has the narrow lead in rushing, 319 yards and 3 TDs. He's averaging 53.2 yards per game. Hamble is next with 304 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's averaging 50.7 yards per game. Bonnet is the team leader in receptions and receiving yards with 21 and 403 respectively. His receiving yards, that's tops in the NEC. He also has a team-high 5 receiving touchdowns. Jochimson is next with 20 receptions for 291 yards and 2 TDs. His receiving yards ranks 3rd in the league. And then on the defensive side, Heinke tops in tackles. He has 49. He also has a team-best 3 sacks. Courts has come up with 4 of the Irish's 11 total interceptions so far. As a team, Freedom averaging 232.2 passing yards per game and allowing 130.2. And the Irish averaging, they're still running well as well, 144.5 rushing yards per game and allowing 120.3. Kind of like we saw with Wrightstown, Freedom, big advantage in the scoreboard. They're averaging 36.7 points per game and allowing 17.2. And up next, I think all the NEC games are on Thursday next week.
Okay.
Freedom's going to be home against Sheboygan Falls, one of the new additions to the NEC, along with Two Rivers. So Sheboygan Falls coming to Freedom on Thursday. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m.
All the games on Thursday. I might have to get out and track one of those games down there, Brett.
Yeah, there's a good one. The battle for LC, Little Chute, Luxembourg, Casco. That's a good one at Little Chute. 2 teams that are trying to keep themselves in the hunt for the playoffs as well. So, of course, we got a big one next week. We've got Kimberly hosting Kaukauna. That's our next varsity game of the week, Cellcom varsity game of the week live.
That could be a battle of FVA unbeatens.
Well, those are 2 of the FVA games tonight. Kimberly at Neenah is something to keep an eye on, and then Appleton North taking on Kaukauna. So 2 big games in the Fox Valley Association. But our attention is on the Northeastern Conference. And I want to thank Craig Hayes, the athletic director here, for, again, getting us all set up, rolling out the red carpet. John, the IT guru. Rosie and I made the trip out to Wrightstown yesterday to make sure everything was good. Always love coming here, Ricardo. They just, well, everybody always appreciates the coverage, but it's fun to kind of focus on, we focus so much on the Fox Valley Association. It's fun to turn our attention to a league as good as the Northeastern Conference because, as you know, Wrightstown was in the state title game last year. Freedom's had runs. Little Chutes had runs. This is a talented league for its division, and I think we're going to see some deep playoff runs again. particularly probably from these two teams once we get into later October and into November.
And it's a league that spans 3 divisions, right? FBL's in Division 3.
Correct,
Freedom in D4, Wrightstown in D5. So this is a very diverse conference in terms of enrollment size, but they're all within the small school cloud, I guess they could be all under, right?
But think about it, Wrightstown, so they're really battle tested when they get into the Division 5 playoffs when they're facing the Division 3 and 4 teams. A lot of festivities here tonight at Wrightstown High School. Big crowd here. I think they got some flag football stuff and a whole bunch of fun activities. But first things first, it's going to be the presentation of our colors, followed by the national anthem.
And now the playing of our nation's national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, by the Wrightstown High School and Middle School Band, directed by Zachary Baker. Let's give another round of applause for Urban Cluster American Legion Post 436 and the Wrightstown Band.
Hey guys, before we get started, I want to thank our season sponsors, as I always do, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Cellcom, your local wireless carrier who keeps you connected to what matters most. With a homegrown 5G network and extraordinary customer care, they are more than just a wireless carrier. They are technology with a heartbeat. Visit Cellcom.com to learn more and get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Custom embroidery, screen printing, and graphic design. Cooney's does it all. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. Thanks to everyone checking in tonight on our Week 7 already. Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Rivalry game, a rivalry that goes back quite a ways. We'll talk about that as well. All the way back to the Olympian Conference, Ricardo. Maybe, I don't even know if he... Was it the Olympian something even before then? I guess maybe the historians out there can send me a tweet at PC Bretzi. Ricardo's at Ricardo De Leon, and Rosie is at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. Doesn't matter, Ricardo, when it comes to Wrightstown Freedom, right? It doesn't matter the sport. It's always intense, close. As I said, longtime rivals. They used to be in the Olympian, now in the Northeastern Conference.
In the defensive line, senior number 53.
But again, thanks to Craig Hayes. Great catching up with Craig again. Fantastic athletic director out here. Chatting some hoops and football and this and that. And again, we appreciate him letting us come out here and bring you this great game. And Ricardo, I don't know where he is, but we have a photojournalist out here tonight.
He's out here. I've
Bill
seen him.
Glasheen is out here, so look for the photo gallery later tonight on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com.
He's around here because I waved hi to him as he came on.
Oh, I see him down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Help coach and referee games. Please welcome our future Tiger football players.
There's a good shot of our friend Bill Glasheen. Does a great job. I know Dan Powers, our other photojournalist, is out at the Pulaski Appleton West game, so look for those photos on both sites as well. Torque Mason, our friend up in Green Bay, I don't know what he's doing tonight. He might be doing at Schwaben on Bayport.
I would figure that would be the game, Brett.
Yeah, in the Fox River Classic Conference. But love coming out to Wrightstown, Ricardo. Easy drive. I take the back roads in.
Tight end is 6 foot, 170 pounds, senior number 3, Caleb Pogorski.
See the starting offense
6'1", 205
for Wrightstown.
Senior number 6, Trevor Vanda. And tight end is 6 foot, 155 pounds, senior number 8, Fletcher Paul. Tight end is 6 foot 3, 165 pounds, senior number 15, Bennett Herman.
You know, Ricardo, tonight is the final regular season home game for Wrightstown.
Oh, wow, okay.
At Denmark next week and then at New London in week 9. So that's it. Final home game. You know they're going to get some home games in the playoffs, though.
Oh, for sure. They should have at least 2. In my opinion.
Well, they'll have 3 if they keep winning. I'd imagine they'll get a top seed, but I suppose you never know with that computer.
Yeah. We've had our issues with them, Brett, in the past.
We do, but Ricardo, they give us some fantastic first-round matchups now in the playoffs.
Yes.
I think last year when we had Appleton North Kimberly in the opening round. That's good for us, but we're selfish. I'm sure fans and players and coaches probably don't like those types of matchups to kick off the playoff season.
In the offensive line of 5'10", 175 pounds, senior number 56.
Also tonight, they're going to be honoring the 1974 Wrightstown football team that won the Olympian Conference Championship. They have a nice old article, actually one of the articles by our former colleague Dan Vanderpass.
Yeah, former sports editor.
Yeah, Doc. And but I was reading one of the articles, and it was back in 1974, the first championship of any kind for Wrightstown in the Olympian Conference. And the Tigers' first unbeaten football team since 1962. So a little history lesson for those watching tonight.
Also in the offensive line is 6'1", 315 pound senior. This one's number 75, Braden Novitsky. And our last senior in the offensive line is 6 foot, 215 pound senior number 77, Riley Belkamp. And the Tigers are coached by Mr. Steve Twister.
What do you think? How are you?
This is gonna be, to me, and I will be shocked if it's not like this. This should be the game of the night, in my opinion. It's gonna be super close. Boy, I hate to sound cliche, but the team with the ball last might just win this one, Brett.
Well, again, Freedom coming out, Drew Court, sensational quarterback, all those offensive weapons we'll talk about, and then you look at Trevor Vandehei, the quarterback for Wrightstown. Both quarterbacks really dual-threat guys. They can run as well as throw, but of course Wrightstown, as we know, traditionally ground and pound, but again, opening it up a little bit with Vandehei taking the snaps. You look on the season, 482 yards and 7 touchdowns. Compared to Courts with nearly 1,400 yards, but that seems to be a little bit more of a higher passing total than I'm used to seeing here, Ricardo. But again, they're going to stick to what they do best, their bread and butter, and that's a big, strong offensive line and trying to get to some different guys, the football, including their quarterback, possessing the ball and keeping that Freedom offense off the field. Freedom going to kick this thing off here to start the game. Waiting for the Tigers to take the field? They do. And back is number 2, Preston Nowak. Number 19, Brody Wilson. And number 21, Mason Driscoll. As we get ready for week 7. Nolan Phillips kicking for the Irish. And we are off. Looks like that is going to be taken by number 19, Wilson. And boy, squeezes through. Nearly found some green space, Ricardo, but a nice return using those guys up front. And squeezes his way to the 38-yard line. Good field position for the Tigers.
Now we get to see this epic run game from the Tigers, Brett. They've been known to do this for decades now, this rushing attack. A little bit of a throwback, too, in these days of the pistol and spread and all that stuff.
Ricardo, throwback offense, right? But throwback field. We got a grass field out here. And this is going to be fun. Can't wait for this one to play out. Vanda High back. In the shotgun, waiting for the snap. And look at this. He's going to right to the air, Ricardo.
Wow.
Set up a little screen to the far side. And that's number 27. Jaden Kiddo, the senior running back, 5'10", 150 pounds.
Courts on the tackle for Freedom.
And a good 5-yard pickup right out of the chute
for the
Tigers. Vanda High again, this time a little bit of a handoff, looking for some help. Ooh, tough to take down.
That was Bunton there.
Yeah, Bunton. I was looking at number 56, kind of that lead blocker, Will Schoenwalder, 5'10", 175-pound senior offensive lineman, getting out in space, but good tackle by the Irish. Good to see Bunton, Ricardo, get up okay. The junior running back looked like he kind of came down awkwardly, but good to go. Ball at the 44, third down coming up. Watch for Vanda High here. He might rely on his legs here as he waits for the snap. Drops back. Nope, he's going to sling it right over. Nice throw. And look at this. There's a connection to
Vanda High pass complete to number 1, BT
Bennett Thinus, Ricardo.
Thinus down to the 32-yard line. Enough yardage for a first down.
Senior.
24-yard gain, so right away, 2 for 2. 28 yards, Brett, for Vanda High. Let me tell you, it's weird watching Wrightstown throw the ball.
Right? 2 of the
but you know what?
Plays.
They have a unique athlete at quarterback, Brett. You mentioned he's a baseball Division I recruit. Why not play to your team's strengths, right?
Yeah, good arm and mixing it up a little bit more than maybe normal. Boy, good blocking again up front. And that's number 35, guess who? Aiden Humphreys, his first carry, one of your Elite 11, senior running back for the Tigers. Now, he wasn't the toolbox last year. Who was the toolbox?
I forgot. I think it was Humphrey. I can't remember now. We'll have to talk to Coach Verbeeten about that. First down and 10 already, Brett, right in the red zone here for Wrightstown.
Right at the 20-yard line. So a good start offensively for this Wrightstown Tigers team as Vanda High again looking to his left.
Oh,
a spin move and knocked out of bounds. The defender slipped a little bit, Ricardo. Is it Thinus or Tynus?
Tynus, I'll tell you what though, Brett. He was expecting to get hit, but the defender fell. If he had just turned around and went, that might have been a score.
Yeah, he didn't see, though, because back to the defender, did a little spin move. The defender was down at that point, and then Thinus almost into the end zone. First and goal at the 5. And again, Ricardo, how about Vanda High coming out slinging it?
Yeah, 3 for 3, 43 yards. These aren't your daddy's Wrightstown Tigers.
So we're going to get encroachment there. Was it a false start?
Dead ball false start on Wrightstown. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. First and goal from the 10.
So penalty pushes the Tigers back. First and goal at the 10. Ricardo Benetinas making a couple catches for the Tigers here to start this early action. Van de High waiting for it. Drops back. He's knocked away.
Oh, he
Someone
caught it.
Is he in?
No,
he's inside the 5.
Pass deflected and caught by Caden Cowell.
So that's Caden Cowell, Ricardo, number 28, the senior running back. I didn't see who got the hand on it. Nearly, when that might have been Nixon Heinke, the linebacker. I think it was number 26. Maybe got his hand on that. Ricardo.
Well, just like you drew it up.
Those are the plays, though, when the ball's in the air, knocked up, right? You're thinking,
but yeah,
interception.
Exceptional awareness by Caldwell, though, to be able to snag that right out of the air on the deflection.
Handoff. Humphreys looking for some room, and just not much there.
Ian Humphreys, the ball carrier.
You can see number 5 for Freedom, Drew Courts.
2-yard line.
Is the quarterback playing defensive back as well for the Irish, the senior, holding on to Humphreys' leg. Ball's going to be where? At the 2, 3rd and goal coming up.
Yeah.
And 4-down territory for the Tigers. 2 plays to try to get 6. Well, Humphreys waiting for it again. This time he's big. Look at that blocking up front. He's trying to outrun Courts, and how about Courts chasing down, but there's a flag. Boy, he had a convoy of blockers, but Courts showing that speed. And we're going to get a hold against the Tigers.
Tackled by Courts. Holding on Wrightstown.
Now it's 4th down and 4, Brad? Do you
accept the penalty and move the Tigers back?
I think you do. And that's what they'll be doing.
Penalty. We'll replay 3rd down.
How about that closing speed by Drew Courts, though? Because initially when we were looking at Ricardo, he had seemed like 5, 6 blue jerseys in front. Trying to stretch that out and get around the edge, but all for naught with that penalty, so 3rd and goal. Ball will be where at the 12, Ricardo?
Yeah, and we're looking for update for scores, so if anybody out there live stream, just tweet us. I'm at Ricardo Delian, Delian. Brett's at PC Brett C. Rosie's at Metal Rosie. Love to hear the updates from the Valley on scores tonight.
Van de High waiting for it here, and 3rd and goal, handoff Humphreys. And see what kind of a kicking game the Tigers have. Got to think that they're going to send out the field goal unit.
And there you see how mistakes, Brett, the pre-snap penalty, then the holding short-circuited that drive as a
4th and goal from the 9 for the Tigers.
Tigers are preparing. Bunton is their field goal, or is their kicker.
Looks like it could be a 26-yard attempt. So they'll spot that ball at the 16.
Bunton had the eventual game winner last week, Brett, over Little Chute.
Yes. 26-yard field goal attempt by Bunton is good. And nice to have a weapon with your kicker. So a 7:32 to play in this opening quarter. Wrightstown strikes first. 26-yard field goal by Daniel Bunton. 3-0 the lead for the Tigers as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard.
The featured games in the nationwide 2024 Great American Rivalry Series presented by the United States Marines. Game selection for this series is based on history, tradition, great football, and awesome fans. We wish to thank the Marines and Brainbox for selecting tonight's contest as part of the 2024 Great American Rivalry Series. Let's give them a warm Wrightstown welcome.
Looking at this all-time series, according to my records, guys, Freedom leads 35-31. Irish have won 10 of the last 13 meetings, but this series started way back in 1949.
Whoa.
A 19-7 Freedom victory here in Wrightstown. The series,
Brett, you're in high school.
Yeah, I remember that game. The series was interrupted from 1949 to 1998. They didn't play again until the 2011 season when the Tigers toppled the Irish 42-9. That was a Division IV first-round game. Then, of course, Wrightstown joining the newly formed Northeastern Conference in 2014 and has faced Freedom in every season since. That's a live ball, picked up. And oh boy, big-time speed across the way for Freedom. That's number 10, Quinn Brennenstuhl.
And Bunton had to take him down, Brett, the kicker.
So great field position for this red-hot Freedom offense. In Wrightstown territory. Ball's going to be where? At the 38?
No, 33.
33.
So we'll see what Courts and company, Brett, can do with this fantastic field position.
Yeah, last thing he needs, right, is a short field with all these weapons. But our first look at Drew Courts, the quarterback, we saw how good he was defensively at defensive back. This time, a little underhand toss, you could say, to number 7, Jack Bonnet, but Ricardo read perfectly by the defense. Are you going to call that a little pass?
You have to, I think. It was in front of him.
So it wasn't a handoff, right? Kind of flipped it forward.
Loss of 2, though, Brett, brings up 2nd and 12 for the Freedom Irish, down 3-0. Bunton, 26-yard field goal. That's our only score of the game.
Good pursuit by that Tigers defense. As you can see, Freedom trying to use its speed. We got a flag near side. Is that Bunton bringing down Aaron Hamble? Well, let's see what the flag is here near side.
Yeah, that play looked just not in sync from the start. It's on Freedom. You probably denied this.
Decline that for sure, yeah. So look at this. Freedom now playing behind the sticks here.
Brett, who ran that?
That was number 4.
Okay.
Aaron Hamble, the senior running back, but that was Bunton, I believe, number 4 for the Tigers. As you said, Ricardo, a lot of these kids play both ways. But, yeah.
3rd and 17, Brett. What do you got in the old playbook for this
Well, you got the quarterback to do it, don't you? I don't think anything is safe with Courts at QB.
I mean, yeah, when that ball was snapped, Brett, that play looked disjointed from the start and a loss of 5 yards. So in 2 plays, -7 yards for Freedom's offense so far.
Courts waiting for it. Got plenty of time. He's going to step into it over the middle of the field, and it's open. And that's a first down toss to Jack Bonnet. Ricardo wide open middle of the field. Credit the offensive line. I mean, there's no pressure on Courts. Had all day to survey the field, wait for that route to develop, and nice deep pass downfield on 3rd and 17.
Is that at the 11 or 12?
We'll call that the 11.
29-yard pass play, Brett. That's too much time. Way too much time.
Yeah, for a kid like him.
So 1st and 10, they can still get a first down, Brett, at the 1.
Courts. Again, whoa, watch this time he's pressured, escapes, showing that escapability inside the 5 and wrestled down. Boy, they had him, but again, you're seeing how athletic and quick he is.
7 yards on that carry, Brett. Yeah, you said it. This is an extremely talented athlete, Drew Courts. Able to escape that pressure in the pocket, get it down to the 4-yard line. And remember, they can still get that first down, Brett, inside the 1.
Right, yeah, so not an and goal situation here for Courts. Courts waiting for the snap. Oh, bad snap. Oh. Hamble, he picks it up, number 4. I thought he was just going to fall on it. He tried to pick it up and make something happen, but he's tripped up right when he scooped up the football. But ooh. And now here's another 3rd and long coming up. 3rd and what, 19?
Yeah, and Brad, that I mean, if you're Freedom, same thing happened to Wrightstown, right? Some mistakes, short circuit a drive, and now you're asking a lot from your offense to get it down close. Third down and 19.
Well, Courts, there comes, they're trying to set up a little screen, but instead it was read perfectly by number 15 for the Tigers. Bennett Herman, the senior defensive end, 6'3", using that frame, 165 pounds, Ricardo, and knocked it away. Now what does Freedom do here?
They're going to try to kick a field goal, Brett, I think.
Is that going to be number 1, Nolan Phillips? Yeah, he's listed as the kicker, punter, receiver, defensive back.
37-yard field goal right here, Brett, for Nolan Phillips.
It's going to be left. He had the leg though, Ricardo.
Yep.
So the 37-yard field goal attempt wide left, and Wrightstown holds. Tigers still up 3-zip as we look at our Coonies. All right, check that our Cellcom scoreboard.
Download the app to share scores, photos, and videos from the game. To view photos from your game,
last time these two teams played, Ricardo, we were here. Wrightstown beat Freedom 15-14. That was a Week 5 matchup. Here at Wrightstown High School, a game we streamed. Aiden Humphreys' 1-yard touchdown run in the 4th quarter, followed by Caden Caldwell's 2-point conversion run. Gave the Tigers the 15-14 lead and ultimately the win.
Wrightstown starting their second drive, first down and 10 at the 20.
Humphreys trying to move that pile a little bit.
Carried by Humphreys.
Gain of 1 yard for Humphreys. 4 carries, 18 yards for Aiden Humphreys thus far. Again, one of our Elite 11, right, Rosie? Came in and
good kid, huh?
Oh, a great kid. Helped lead this team. Yeah, he did, showing off the guns a little bit there, posing. 2nd and 9 from the 21.
Vanda High going to sling it to, whoa. I don't think much was there.
And I pass intended for Nowak, incomplete.
Preston Nowak, the intended receiver, but Quinn Brennanstool was right there for the Irish. 3rd and 9 now for the Tigers. As I said, Wrightstown, Ricardo, last year's Division 5 state runner-up. Falling to La Crosse Aquinas 32-13. I know you were at Camp Randall that day.
I was.
But another state championship appearance for the Tigers. Seems to be kind of a normal thing for the Tigers. And a high, going deep downfield. He's got, that's Titus. Does he have the foot speed to get all the way? And he's in. Vanda High to Titus. Is that 79 yards?
It is.
79-yard hookup between Vanda High and Titus. Beautiful throw, Ricardo. Nice route, and Titus showing the foot speed to get down the near sideline for 6.
I don't know if that was a breakdown in the coverage, Brett, but he was all by himself. All by himself on that one.
Bunting in for the PAT. High snap. Good job with the hold, and the PAT is good. And with that extra point, we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. The Tigers now with a 2-score lead, up 10-zip over Freedom with 2:55 in our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. You know, guys, they are shaking the bleachers here. I'm a little worried about our monitor. Rosie, how you doing? Oh, man, I hope our equipment can handle this.
We have an update on that Nina Kimberly 6-0 Rockets lead in the first quarter, or near the end of the first quarter, Brett.
That was my thing. I know Kimberly has been looking like Kimberly, but now they're going to get into the meat of their schedule, right? Playing Nina this week, Kakana next week, Appleton North in week 9. So that's kind of a gauntlet to get through to get into the playoffs. And Ricardo, 79-yard pass from Vanda High to Tinus. And as you said, what happened to the ground and pound?
Well, we were talking about how great the passing offense has been for Freedom, Brett. It's Wrightstown that's been doing a good job moving the ball through the air.
Jack Bonnet on the return for the Irish. That was beautiful, beautiful execution really all the way around. Just plenty of time for Vandehei, just stepped into that throw and really just placed it in stride for Tynes. And then it was up to Tynes the rest of the way to take it in. He does, 79-yard score. Wonder if that might be the longest pass play of the season, Ricardo, for the Tigers. I don't know that for sure. Anybody out there that is a Tigers fan, let us know. PC Brett C. I'm on, what do we call it, X, Twitter, something like that.
I just call it Twitter.
At Ricardo De Leon, at Metal Rosie, Metalrosie. Courts, handoff. No, nice play fake. Beautiful to Bonnet. Fake me out, and that's a first down over the middle.
Bonnet on the catch. First down for Freedom up to the 46-yard line.
By the way, for Vandehei, Brett, he is 5 for 6 for 138 yards and a touchdown through the air.
Courts, he's going to hand it off. Trying to get around the edge is Hamble.
Carried by Hamble, taken out of bounds by Humphreys.
Ball's going to be marked at the 49, so a gain of 3 on that one.
3, 2nd and 7 for the Irish.
That Nina Kimberly score, that's through 1.
Okay.
6-0 again. Rockets with the lead. That's at Rocket Stadium down in Nina. Curious on that Appleton North Kaukauna score is looking as well as Courts using that speed, and he's going to be about a yard shy of that first down.
Courts. Initial contact by Herbie.
You're looking at the games tonight in the Northeastern Conference. Two Rivers is at Luxembourg-Casco. Denmark is at Seymour. Little Chute at Sheboygan Falls. Ricardo, that Denmark-Seymour, that's a NEC Bay crossover, I believe.
Yes. Third and short here for Freedom, Brett. 3 receivers near side.
2 yards to go. Courts, handoff to Hamble. Just did a good job just kind of planting that outside foot, waiting for that lane. Scoots through and gets the first down.
By Humphreys. First down for Freedom. Ball on the Wrightstown 43-yard line.
And Freedom's first drive, Brett, ended on that missed field goal from 37 yards out. Find themselves down 10-0 here, but they're putting together a nice drive here, Brett, at the 43 of Wrightstown near the end of the first quarter.
You got to drive if you're Freedom. Kind of want to eat up some clock here. Hamble now, a little swing pass. And keep a Wrightstown offense that has started out strong here tonight, keep them off the field. Ball at the 38.
2nd and 5.
5-yard gain on that one, Brett. 2nd and 5 from the 38. I think this might be the final play of the half, or the quarter, I'm sorry, depending on.
That'd be a quick half.
If it's a run, yeah. Don't jinx it, Brett.
No. A good game so far. Love being here for this Week 7 matchup. Great rivalry showdown. Both undefeated, both state ranked in their divisions. Courts is going to keep it, finds a seam. Watch out, he's gone.
Yep.
He is gone. 38 yards for Drew Courts. How about that for an answer for the Irish?
Brett, that's just patience and letting your blocks develop. Nice play call there by the Irish, Brett. And Courts right up the middle. I don't think he got touched, did he?
He's got some speed, doesn't he? 38-yard run. Big lane, or a running lane for Courts, and you don't need to give a kid who's got sprinter speed that kind of space. He was took off like a shot, and he's into the end zone. Now he's going to do the hold as Phillips looking to hit this through on the PAT. He does, and with 17.9 seconds to play in the opening quarter, Freedom now on the scoreboard. Wrightstown up 10-7. Cellcom scoreboard.
Updating my Twitter, you can follow me again at Ricardo DeLeon, DELIAN. Rosie's at Metal Rosie. Brett is at PC Brettsy.
This is a fun game, huh?
Yeah. Well, Rosie's rocking out. He likes a Led Zeppelin, don't you, Rosie?
Ricardo, you were wrong. There's more to be played in this opening quarter.
Ah.
I really like the Tigers. They all got their names on their backs.
Yeah, you usually don't see that anymore.
No, I like that. It's a good little touch. Could be a lot of work. Phillips, good kick. And I believe that is number 19 for the Tigers, Brody Wilson. 11.1 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Kimberly now up 7-6.
First down, Wrightstown.
23-yard run by Bell. And the Papermakers are in front of the Rockets. Not sure we're going to get to the Neenah High School this year. We've seen the Rockets twice, down at Muskego in week 1 and then last week at Appleton North, maybe in the playoffs.
Could be a postseason match, you know, depending on how they finish. If it's one of those kind of 4 or 5 games, you know.
Yeah. Well, we've seen the Rockets twice just on the road. I believe that was Bunton on the carry.
Carried by Bunton.
And Ricardo, that is how a very entertaining first quarter comes to a close here in Wrightstown. We look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Tigers up 10-7, 12 minutes in the books. Yeah, folks, we already know our next 2 games are Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live streams, and both games are going to be at Papermaker Stadium in Kimberly next week. We're going to stream the Papermakers and Kaukauna in what could go a long way in deciding the Fox Valley Association Championship. And then week 9, Kimberly and Appleton North, Ricardo.
Yeah. That's usually the big enchilada, right?
Yeah.
Every year.
Hey, they're honoring Ricardo, the 1974 Wrightstown State or Olympian Conference Championship game. Yeah, looking at these scores here, they went 8-0. They had 3 shutouts, beat Suring 34-zip, Mishicot 7-zip, Brillion 19-zip, Denmark 13-6, Reedsville 10-2, Valders 34-8, Hilbert 21-7, and Freedom 32-8. 50 years ago. And as I said, first championship of any kind in the Olympian Conference for the Tigers, and their first undefeated football team or season since 1962.
Very impressive.
So good to see these guys recognized for that championship run back in 1974. I was just 2 years old then.
I wasn't even born. But very impressive, and
nice
good
run.
to see them come back and celebrate what a year that was for the Wrightstown Tigers.
Yeah, nice round of applause for those guys. I'm sure that's a thrill for them to be back on the field.
Well, Neenah up 13-7 now, Brett.
Oh, wow, it's back and forth. Here's a little flea flicker.
Oh,
Vandehei,
boy.
he's going deep downfield, looking at far sideline. Almost. Intended for number 27, Jaden.
Oh, those tricky Tigers. Love it. It's not often we see a flea flicker, Brett.
No, and both quarterbacks showing off their arms tonight. 30, yeah, ball at the 31.
So Dean with that 80-yard touchdown run for Neenah, Brett, against Kimberly. You know, I talked to Dean after the game.
Last week,
Appleton North. Yeah, you know what he told me? He's at 50%.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Well, at 50%, an 80-yard run. I mean, that's kind of just a business as usual for Grant Dean as Vandehei nowhere to go. Looked like maybe number 53 for the Irish, one of the first ones there. Gavin Schmackel, senior defensive lineman.
Freedom led by 53, Gavin Schmackel.
And fourth down, good job by the Irish to hold, and Wrightstown going to punt it away.
Handball deep to receive for Freedom.
I'm guessing Dean must be a little bit more healthy tonight.
He must be.
You don't peel off 50-yard runs or 80-yard runs against that Kimberly defense too often. Of course, Dean, a different animal. Badger recruit. Vanda High, the punter. Aaron Hamill back. Oh, geez, that is a high punt. Where is this going to land? Takes a great bounce for the Tigers. Look at this.
Oh!
Right to the 20-yard line. That is a punt.
51-yard punt, Brett.
Whoa, that was hit so high, you just kind of lost it in that dark sky.
First down, Freedom ball on their own 20-yard line.
Daniel Whelan-esque.
Brett, I'm going to see if I can get that Kaukauna score.
The Wrightstown Activities
For ya.
Department thanks you for your help in keeping Tiger Stadium a safe and clean facility. Please do your part by throwing your garbage in one of the many waste receptacles located throughout the stadium.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Irish. Ball right at the 20-yard line.
Looks midway through the second, and it's 7-0 Kaukauna, Brett.
That's going to be, tough Abilene North defense. Quartz got some time, fires it. Oh, and that was just a case, Ricardo, there of Nolan Phillips just took his eye off it, trying to make the play and turn before he secured the pass. I should say the reception.
Second down and 10 from the 20. 10:53 left here in the second quarter. 10-7 lead for Wrightstown. Senior night here for the Tigers, Brett.
Yeah, as I said, last regular season game. Next two on the road, Denmark and New London for the Tigers, both on the road. Quartz waiting for the snap again here on second down. Handoff. Ooh. Humphreys there to clean up.
No gain on that one.
Yeah, Hamill with the carry. I think number 77, Riley Feldkamp, the first one in, the senior defensive lineman, 6 foot, 215 pounds, and then Aiden Humphreys there to clean up at the end.
I have Hamill 4 carries, 1 yard, Brett. So the Tigers defense doing the job against the run. 3rd and 10 at the 20.
Yeah, Quartz again, and he's feeling the heat. Now he's off to the races. Can he get him down?
Oh, he's close. He's about a yard short.
Yeah, maybe a couple yards short, Ricardo. He's tackled by number 75. Braden Nowitzki, the senior defensive lineman. I think punt team coming out for Freedom, so both defenses getting some holds. That is a scary sight if you're on the opposite side seeing Quartz take off. Probably a short 2, right? Yeah.
He has 4 carries for 48 yards. Does Quartz, Brett?
Impressive both quarterbacks. Really impressive here tonight. Fun to watch. Hamill with the punt, and that takes a nice Freedom bounce. And look at that skip. So you don't need turf fields, Ricardo.
Guess not. That's down to the 22.
Down on the 22-yard line.
Did a nice job with this field. When Rosie were here, I were here yesterday. They were clipping it.
50-yard punt by Hamill.
And since then, they restriped it nice and looks good out here.
Yeah, 50-yard punt, Brett, or on that one. So we're seeing some good special teams play.
We really are, right? Yeah.
A little time, I'd like to wish a happy 16th birthday to Ethan Hassmer.
So 1st and 10 at the 22 for Wrightstown. 9:10 left here in the first half. Triplets down here to the, should say 4 receivers near side is.
Whoa, good hands.
Oh, he got that through.
He barely did. That's a tight window. As Bennett Tynes.
Heinke was right there.
Yeah, he was. That was close.
By Heinke, help from Quartz.
Carter, you can kind of definitely see why both of these two teams are ranked where they are. Wrightstown number 1 at D5. This is the coach's poll now, and Freedom number 7 at D4. Well coached. 2 excellent quarterbacks. A lot of athletes on both sides. Kids that can run. And Humphreys now. It just closes it up. Ricardo nowhere to go.
Led by Schmackel, help from
Might have been
Vanderheide.
number 53 again, Gavin Schmackel, 6 foot, 235-pound defensive lineman for the Irish. Plugging that hole.
Minimal gain, maybe a half-yard gain on that one for Humphreys, Brett. 5 carries, 19 yards I have for him. By the way, Vandehei, 6 of 8, 148 yards passing.
That's a pretty good day.
No, it's phenomenal. Again, these aren't your daddy's Tigers.
No, there's a swing pass. Ooh, good juke move. But good pursuit.
Pass complete to Kiddo.
Kiddo with the reception. A lot of those white jerseys flying in. Ricardo, you can really see that Freedom speed.
Finished off by Courts.
Oh, they pursue well.
From Brennan still.
A lot of that is effort, you know. Ball will be
Third
placed
and
at
8 for the
the
Tigers.
34. Gain of 2 yards on that.
And a high. Ooh, a little pump fake. Sidearm.
Almost
Almost
picked.
Courts.
Yeah.
Almost had it.
Nice pass it in for Nowak, incomplete.
Nowak was the intended receiver. But
Yeah, you saw what he wanted to do there,
Fourth
Brett.
and 8 for the
He
Tigers.
bought himself some time, kind of threw it sidearm a little bit, you know, just trying to get that ball out of the pocket, and just threw it just behind a little bit. Court's all over that though. Really good, exceptional play. I think we're seeing some of these top players kind of really figure in this game, Brett.
Well, Vandehei back to punt. And Hamble back to receive for Freedom. Last time Vandehei, he boomed one. That one a little bit more of a line drive, but again, Hamble does the right thing, just lets it bounce inside the 35. Looks like Freedom will have it at its own 34.
34-yard line. First down for the
Freedom
Irish.
coach Charlie Jaden, he's in his 2nd season guiding
Former
the Irish.
standout.
Yeah. Yeah, he graduated from Freedom Ricardo in 2017,
Wrightstown
played
High
quarterback
School,
for the
he's
Irish,
all
threw for
live
nearly
footage.
4,400 yards and 45 touchdowns for his career.
For free with Huddle TV. Download the
Senior
Huddle
season,
app
he had
on your smart
2,329
devices.
yards and
Don't miss
22
any
touchdowns, a
exciting action in
117.3 passer rating. He was previously the Irish's co-offensive coordinator under previous head coach Clint Krewalt, who is still on the staff now as an assistant. Courts now. The next excellent quarterback wrestled down, though, by, looks like, was that number 69?
Carried by Courts, tackle
Jackson
back by
Irvin,
Jackson
sophomore
Irvin.
defensive lineman. Number 15, Bennett Herman, also defensive end, senior, in on that as well. And a no gain
Second
for
and 10
Courts.
for the Irish.
Yeah, Clint Grewalt. Is he the sheriff still?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yep, I see him across the way. So that's nice when you're Charlie Jaden and have those resources, right? To
Absolutely.
use on your staff.
2nd and 10 at the 34 for Freedom.
Hand off. Oh, nowhere to go. Nixon Heinke, the ball carrier, but
And by Heinke,
Was
tackled
that-
in the backfield by Nowitzki.
yeah, Nowitzki, number 75, Braden Nowitzki, Ricardo. How about this? A 6'1", 315-pound senior defensive lineman.
There you go.
So 1 on the play, 3rd and 11 for the Irish.
And Kimberly now back on top, 14-13. Braden Ellefson touchdown run. But do you think of Clint Krewalt and using him as a resource? I mean, how many great seasons did he have?
Yes.
I think in 2 stints as the Freedom head coach.
3rd and 11 here, Brett. 4 wideouts for Freedom.
Courts looking to his left, though, was trying to set up a little screen. Oh, wow!
That was read beautifully.
Incomplete.
Is that number 28 for Wrightstown, Brett? All over that. Caldwell.
Yeah.
So,
Defensive back, senior, reading that. You said it all the way. And Ricardo suddenly now, after these hot starts by these two offenses,
by Caden
now the
Powell.
defenses are playing a little football out there. Whoa, wow.
What happened there?
A near block. I don't know how he got the punt off, but he did.
Going down on the 34-yard line, first down, Wrightstown. The safety of our athletes is a top priority. County Rescue Services stands by to assist our athletes as needed, and all our varsity football games as a free community service. Our thanks to County Rescue for their continued support.
10-7, Wrightstown still with the lead. Past the midway point of the second quarter as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Great Northeastern Conference matchup. Both teams 6-0 overall, both 4-0 in the Northeastern Conference. One of these two teams will take command of the league here after this one. And if previous history is of any indicator, probably go down to the wire. And a high, again, over the middle. Oh, good throw. And a good catch by number 27, Jaden Kiddo. Ricardo, that was a fastball.
It was. Right over the middle.
And out to the 49-yard line, enough yardage
That's,
for a first down.
By the way, Brett, Vanda High, 8 of 11 for 165 yards. Again, those are unofficial stats, but
Yeah.
He's been having a great game passing the ball.
Yeah, he was a second-team All-NEC selection last season, considered one of the top high school players in his class in the state. And as we said, he's a Hawkeye. He's going to play college baseball at the University of Iowa. Vanda High again slinging it over the middle.
Oh, there's going to be a late hit, Brett.
Preston Nowak, late hit on 15 more yards on top of that after the late hit on Vanda High. Roughing the passer, Ricardo, is the call. And if you're Freedom on the other side, you're not liking that, right? So you can see.
Well, it was a good call.
It was, yeah.
Hit.
You see the coach is mad at the players, not at the call.
They'll take it down to the 27, I believe. A 15-yard personal foul.
Looks like maybe from, where are they going to start?
Oh, they're going to, okay, they're doing it from, okay, I see what they're doing here. I thought it'd be tacked on, but maybe those are different rules with the NFL and the high school game.
It is tough, isn't it? I mean, college to pro to high school, they're all a little bit different.
Okay, to make sure I don't add in these stats then.
In any event, first down for Wrightstown. Nice pitch and catch between Vanda High and Nowak. Now they're going to remark it, Ricardo.
Okay. All right, now you're throwing me all off.
Hopefully you got an eraser.
Okay, so that counted then. So now I got to.
Yeah, catch counts, 15 yards on top of that.
Good thing I have an eraser, my friend.
That makes sense, right?
Yes.
So ball now at the 27-yard line.
7-yard line, enough yardage for a first down.
27. I was going to say they're going to lose 10 yards on that. But they got it corrected. So first down and 10 at the 27 for Wrightstown. Brett, 4:40 left. I mean, this is a big play here, or big drive, I should say, for the Tigers, going up 2 scores possibly.
And again, slinging it around. Good catch
blocking
by Kiddo. Yeah, he's got great blocking trying to set up that screen, but nice hands.
You got to give credit, Brett, out there blocking for, it was Caldwell and Bunton out there blocking for him. Who caught that one?
That was number 27, Kiddo.
Okay.
Jaden Kiddo.
Takes it down to the 20.
So ball right at the 20. As clock now under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Cellcom varsity game of the week. Well, we've had a great slate all throughout the season, but these last 3 weeks are going to really prime us for the playoffs. As Humphreys looking like a bowling ball, rolling down the field inside the 10, first and goal.
I was going to say, you know, all this passing going on, and we kind of forgot that they got an elite player there in the backfield to run the ball.
Ball, Ricardo at the 7, first and goal now for the Tigers.
6 carries, 32 yards for Humphreys.
the high. He's just, nope, little pop pass. Good idea.
Brett, everybody loves a pop pass.
I remember that pop pass we saw that Kimberly in the state semifinals against Fond du Lac to win it. Mitch Bartle, I remember, the tight end who caught that.
Brett, don't you mean level 4?
Yeah, level 4.
By the way, the WIA doesn't even list that as level 4 anymore. Do you know that? I was looking at their WIA dates upcoming. They call it level 1, level 2, then state quarterfinals and state semifinals.
So they're getting a little bit better.
They're getting a little better. Just do the first round game, second round.
Yeah, they must have known that media outlets is Humphreys trying to bulldoze his way in, and he does. What a run! 7-yard hard earned run for Humphreys. And another touchdown on the board for the Tigers. Boy, he was not going to go down.
7 carries, 39 yards, and that touchdown, Brett, for Humphreys.
Bunton in for the PAT.
Ooh. Got it through. Looks like there was a little hesitation there on the snap.
And a little bit of entertaining extra point is good.
3:05 to go in the second quarter. 17-7 now the lead for the Tigers as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. So a good drive by Wrightstown. We'll see how the Irish can answer. Down 10. Yeah, I think the WIA, Ricardo, realized that media outlets weren't calling it level 3 and level 4. They were always calling it state quarterfinal and state semifinal. And that's how you,
yeah,
that lets you, gives you a much better idea.
All right, taking it at the 21. Hamble taking it up near midfield, Brett. So nice kickoff return for Freedom. You know, with just under 3 minutes left, I think that's plenty of time for the Tigers maybe to answer that score.
Bessel with the tackle, finished off by the birthday boy, number 3, Caleb Pagorski.
They're going to mark it at the 47. So the Tigers, or I should say the Irish down two scores. See what they have in store for the Tigers defense, which has played very well up to this point. I mean, Courts with the 38-yard touchdown run, Brett, but Courts only has, I think, under 50 yards passing.
Good run and good blocking up front. That's number 26, Nixon Heinke.
Tackle by Schoenwalder.
6-yard gain, brings up a 2nd and 4.
5 for the Irish.
So 17 points, Ricardo. That is, just looking at Freedom's schedule so far. Well, they've given up 20 to New London, 19 to Little Chute, 42 to FVL. Remember that overtime game?
Yeah, crazy game between those two.
Just kind of curious, and that's number 10, Brennan Stool. Yeah, Freedom head coach Charlie Jaden, he had this to say about playing Wrightstown. This, according to our colleague Mike Sherry, quote, Wrightstown is a very well-coached team. With a handful of key players returning from their deep playoff run a year ago, our players will need to play physical and take care of the football this week. Focusing on the things in our control when adversity is faced on Friday night will be important. For both teams, playing disciplined football will be a key factor. End quote. Good hard run there.
Hamble.
Yeah.
Gets it to the 31. That's a 9-yard gain, Brett.
Ricardo, this is a nice response by the Irish, playing with a little bit more pace and urgency now here with the time continuing to run. All 3 timeouts for the Irish still there to be used. Ball at the 31.
Hey, Brett, Hamble for the first time kind of found some space. He has 5 carries for 10 yards.
Yeah, the offensive line doing some good work here on this drive as clock continuing to run. 1.5 minutes to play in this second quarter. Freedom.
They have all their timeouts, right?
Yeah, all 3. So everything's still available, and there's a nice run. Handball out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. And just like that, look at where the Irish are. So they got the 22.
So back-to-back 9-yard runs by Hamblebrad. Look how quickly the Freedom Irish are just on the doorstep of the red zone. 1:17 left here in the first half. Great game between these two Northeastern Conference rivals. Battle of unbeatens.
This is fun.
Winner of this game, Brett, is in the driver's seat for the NEC title.
Yeah, I'll look at the schedules for both teams here after this next play. But this is fun coming here to Wrightstown and seeing these two teams play. Looks like we're going to get a Wrightstown timeout.
Timeout, Wrightstown. If you're hungry or thirsty, please make
Nina up 19-14.
Wow.
With 1:30 left in the half over Kimberly. That is a heck of a game going on over there.
What's going on with the Kimberly defense?
Yeah, been great all season. I think they've been allowing just 8.4 points all season, Brett, average-wise.
Yeah, Wrightstown at Denmark and at New London weeks 8 and 9. I have to say I like their chances in both of those games, Ricardo. And then for Freedom, Sheboygan Falls, and then at Luxembourg Casco.
That could be tricky with Lux Casco.
Yeah, Sheboygan Falls 1-5, 1-3 overall, but Lux Casco coming into tonight 3-3 overall, 3-1 in league play. So the Spartans kind of thinking, you know, we're sort of in that conference mix too. Luxembourg Casco taking out Two Rivers down this year, so that could decide an NEC title there in week 9. So out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for the Irish as Courts waits for it. He's going to keep it.
Oh.
And not much doing there. So
good job by the Tigers.
Freedom going to want to burn a timeout here.
Brings up a 2nd and 9, just a 1-yard gain for Courts on that one.
Clock still continuing to run, Ricardo.
Okay.
And under a minute, with all 3 timeouts to use. What do you think about this?
It's interesting. I mean, they feel confident with, well, now they call a timeout. And
I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, they just wasted about 15 seconds there, Brett. Coming to the conclusion they need a timeout. I think that they like to handle that different next time.
Well, yeah, there was no urgency to get back to the line and keep things moving, so Freedom will burn its first timeout, both teams with 2 timeouts to go. As I said, next week we'll be at Papermaker Stadium. Next Friday night, Kimberly hosting rival Kaukauna. That is a game regardless of what happens tonight. That's will have Fox Valley Association Championship implications. Of course, the Papermakers ranked number 1 in D1. Ghosts ranked 5th in D2. You can always access any of our previous Game of the Week live streams on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link.
Brett,
also, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Little Chute leads Sheboygan Falls 14-0. Just want to update you with that one.
Yeah, Mustangs 2-2 in league play, 3-3 overall. So Mustangs trying to work their way into the playoffs as well. Kaukauna leads 7-0 at halftime over Appleton North. Defensive battle there. All right, Courts now. He's just going to keep it, and he's got space, and he's in. He is in. Another touchdown run, Brett, 21 yards.
Was that similar to the last play over here on the other side of the field?
That was designed quarterback draw, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Kind of looked. He got that defense committing a little bit, opened up the middle, and he's gone for 21 yards. How about that? Second touchdown run for Courts. He had a 38-yard run at the end of the first quarter.
Brett, he has 7 carries, 70 yards for Drew Courts.
What an answer, and a big answer for the Irish right before the half, now with Phillips out for the PAT. And it is good. With 35.6 seconds to go in the half, we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Freedom inching closer now. Wrightstown leads 17-14. That didn't take long.
No.
That Humphrey's 7-yard run was scored with 3:05 to play. And you see how quickly the Irish get right down the field. And boy, Courts, what a weapon. That's the thing, Ricardo. What do you do? I mean, he's got the ability with that offense. They can spread you out with all those receivers. All he does is drop back. So
and that was a nice little fake, right?
Yeah, just looks, and then the defense, and then it's over. Then there's a lane up front, and he's got such great speed. Tough. Xavier on top of Shawano at the half, Ricardo. 7-zip.
Okay.
Hawks desperately needing a win. Right, 1-3 in the Bay, are they right now?
They need to win. Yeah, they need to win 3 games.
Look at this run. Still on his feet. Finally brought down. That's Brody Wilson. And Ricardo, when you have a quarterback like Vandehei.
Look out. Yeah, you have some time and on 2 timeouts, I think.
Yeah, 2 timeouts, 27.9 seconds to go. You got a lot to use in your playbook here. Ball at the 45-yard line.
And Bunton can make a field goal.
Yeah, he made one earlier, right, in the first quarter. That was a 26-yarder he kicked through. What are they throwing off the field here?
So 1st and 10 at their own 45. Near midfield are the Tigers here. 27.9 seconds left.
Now see Vandehei is going. He's looking for some space in Freedom territory, and I would imagine now the Tigers, do they want to burn a timeout? Clock continuing to run. They have 2 to use. And finally they do.
8-yard gain there for Vandehei.
Trying to get Vandehei maybe a little bit more position to take a shot downfield here. Ball at the 47-yard line. 15.4 seconds to go in the half. Fun game.
Yeah.
Beautiful night again. We didn't talk about this great weather still.
You're still in shorts, so you know it's good weather.
You're in shorts too, my friend. I gave Rosie some guff today. He's all bundled up.
Fondy's leading Hortonville 7-0, Brad.
Cardinals, they need to get on a little bit of a streak here.
That they do.
Remember, they started out the season 0-5. Three of those were losses in the FBA. We streamed their game against Kimberly back in was that 4, I want to say, a few weeks ago now. But yeah, next Friday is looking like mid-70s and sunny again. Keep it up, Mother Nature.
We're liking it.
Maybe one of these years when we stream a state semifinal game somewhere, we won't have to be bundled up. All right, here we go. 2nd down out of the timeout. 1 more timeout remaining for the Tigers. Vandehei drops back, trying to set something up. He's going downfield, showing off that arm. Look at that throw. And near completion.
Well, you can wing it, can't
he can. That was Jaden Kiddo now with 8.4 seconds to play. Guessing we're going to see that arm again here. 19-14, Rockets up at the half. Life in the FBA, Ricardo.
It's tough.
Oof.
It's a brutal league.
When those top teams play each other.
I was on the ESPN radio thing when they're unveiling the rankings. They called the Classic 8 the SEC. Well, if you're calling the Classic 8 the SEC, you got to call the FBA the Big Ten then.
What are you talking about? Over the middle, I think he skipped it. That's going to be incomplete now with 4.4 seconds
I wasn't
to go.
quite agreeing with that because, for one thing, there's no Alabama in that Classic 8. There's no one like that. Where in the FBA, clearly it's Kimberly.
Ricardo, last time I checked, Kimberly won 5 straight, went to 6 straight championship games and won 70 in a row. It wasn't that long ago. Give me a break. Bias.
Well, I don't know if they're biased. It's out of Madison. So they might be biased in terms of the big suburbs, but
hey, I have all the respect in the world for the Classic 8. It's a sensational league, but a lot of those matchups, Kimberly was beating.
Very true.
The Classic 8 teams. Last play of the half. I think we're gonna See this arm going
There
deep
it is.
downfield and nothing there. And, dropped in the end zone. No harm, no foul. That is how we come to a close in a very entertaining first half. Week 7 Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week. Halftime here at Wrightstown High School, and again we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Shows the Tigers leading the Irish 17-14. Big Northeastern Conference battle between two state-ranked and unbeaten teams. We'll talk more about tonight's game and everything we have coming up digitally this week at USA Today Network Wisconsin after this short break.
From the moment we get up, technology is at work in our world. That's why Cellcom built a network to support big moments and small victories. It's technology with a heartbeat.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you made for greatness? Writing history? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Born to be a champion, never to change the system. You start a revolution. This is your moment. Are you ready to fight? Ready to rebuild something? This is the time for glory, for greatness. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, we them girls, we shout it from the top, top, top. Yeah, we them girls, you know we never stop, stop, stop. And we never ever gonna back down. Yeah, we them girls, we shout it from the top, top, top. Yeah, we them girls, yeah, we them girls, yeah, we them girls.
Welcome back to Wrightstown High School. And again, we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Tigers up over the Irish 17-14. Week 7 varsity, Cellcom varsity game of the week live stream for a limited time at Cellcom. Every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at cellcom.com. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin, hanging out as always with Ricardo Arguello and Jim Rosandick. Ricardo, before we talk about tonight's game, I guess you you got some scores you want to pass along.
And these are put together by Dan Cohn back in the office. I asked him if he could do that. So he has a bunch of them here, as most games are near halftime.
Good.
Okay, so here we go. Xavier 7, Shaw No Nothing. You repeated that one. Roncalli 7, St. Mary Catholic 3. That's at half. Seymour 24, Denmark 14. Brett.
Boy, Seymour,
that's at the half. Luxembourg Casco 26, Two Rivers 7.
Okay.
Kokona 7, Appleton North 0. Fond du Lac 7, Hortonville 0. De Peer's leading Bayport 17-7 at the half. I knew you were going to look at me
The
surprised.
Redbirds, what's going on there?
What's going on with Bayport?
Wow.
Clintonville leading Manawa 14-0. I'm sorry, Rosie. Your Appleton West Terrors are down 42-22 to Pulaski. No score between Oshkosh West and Appleton East. And we all know Neenah leading 19-14. Also, Mishicot leading Sturgeon Bay 13-7. So those are some. Oh, I missed one right here, Brett. We got Notre Dame leading Sheboygan South 28-0. Nothing. That's not really a surprise. So,
all right, thank you, Coner.
Thank Coner for helping us out there, buddy.
Appreciate it. And Ricardo, I guess some first half thoughts. I think you're seeing two fantastic quarterbacks on display. A lot of athletes on both sides. And not a lot of separation between these two programs.
No, and I love what I see here because it's pretty apparent both these teams are going to make long playoff runs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Freedom's in D4, Wrightstown's in D5. Both of them are just really uber talented and really got very quarterbacks that can hurt you with the arm and the legs. And that is, when you have something like so dynamic at that position, that really bodes well in the playoffs, Brett. Forces defense to really kind of be honest in how you defend them. What I do like from Wrightstown is the run game with Aiden Humphreys. To me, he's a special player. So you combine Vanda High, you combine Humphreys. Oh, that's a tough 1-2 punch.
And G5,
and Humphrey, listen, he runs like a bull in a china shop, and I know that's a tired cliche, but he does. He's very physical runner. I wonder if that's going to play a factor in the second half. Just give it to Humphreys, let him wear down that Freedom defense. Remember, Brett, these guys, they all play two ways.
Yeah.
Many of them do. So that's going to be a factor as well, attrition. What I like from Freedom, though, is Courts. Now, let me tell you, Courts, on those touchdown runs, I thought showed a lot of athleticism. He obviously can wing the ball. We know about all the yards he's thrown for. What comes down to is, can that defense hold the Tigers a little bit so that more opportunities arise for the offense? Because I think that offense, the Freedom offense, is just there. It's just there because I think if I looked at the stats here, right, Brett, Courts has done the damage on the ground, but passing the ball, he's only 6 of 8 for 51 yards.
Okay.
So that's not a Drew Courts-like stat.
But he's hurting you with his legs.
He is.
And that's the thing, Ricardo, like I said before, when you can spread out with all those weapons that he can throw to, spreads out the defense, and then that lets him operate even more. That's going to be, both teams are going to be tough outs come playoff time, without a doubt. So, all right, guys, as always, we like to plug what we've got coming up this next week. And should I start us off with
You can start off with the Packers,
Monday?
and I'll wrap with all the prep stuff.
In order, yeah. So Monday, that's, again, our weekly Packer show. It's called Clubhouse Live. Takes place at 6:30 p.m. Live from the Fox Club that's located inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also the home to Clubhouse Live. I co-host it. Ricardo, you're a co-host as well. Rosie's part of the production crew. And this week we have Green Bay Packers Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark joining us.
Kenny!
He's back. He's one of our semi-regular guests. So Kenny's back for a second time this year. We'll look back on the Packers game against the Rams. Hey, folks, we're also giving away Miller Lite deck tickets to the October 13th Packers-Cardinals game. You must be present to register and win, and it's very easy to register. You get an automatic registration just by coming to the show. And then once you're there at the show, we'll fill you in on how you can earn more registration, more tickets, to give you more of a chance to try to win those tickets and cheer on the Packers October 13th against the Arizona Cardinals. At Kyler Murray's coming to town, Ricardo, at Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
But stadium gates open at 5 o'clock. Admission is free. Parking is free. They got great food and beverages at the Fox Club to order. And check it out. And if you can't make it in person, now you won't get a chance to win the tickets. But you can watch it. We stream it live on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and Facebook pages. That includes Packers News and Clubhouse Live, so please give those two Facebook pages a like. Also our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. So check it out. And also, Ricardo, when you're in person, you have a chance to win other great prizes well that we give away. Signed photos, bobbleheads. I've got a great collection of Jerry Kramer Run to Win books, also the Gunslinger, the Brett Favre books, and some other some great items from our friends at Shield. So definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Not an X's and O's show per se, although we do talk football, but we have a lot of fun with these guys. And let me just say, very special evening plan for Kenny Clark.
Okay.
I'm just going to say today is his birthday.
Okay.
Might do a little birthday celebration with Kenny on Monday.
Some cake?
There could be some cake along with some other fun activities.
Okay.
Okay, so
you had me at cake.
So definitely check that out. So that is Monday, Clubhouse Live with Packers Pro Bowler Kenny Clark and a Packers ticket giveaway. That takes us into Wednesday night, Ricardo, and Varsity Roundtable.
Yeah, that's right. The only online high school sports talk show in the state this past week. We had a lot of fun. We had the Wapaka Comets girls volleyball team, the first time we've ever had a Wapaka team on the roundtable. Great kids. They were more than willing to drive 45 minutes or whatever from Wapaka all the way to Appleton, Brett, because they wanted to go to the Chick-fil-A. After the show, they all hit up the Chick-fil-A there.
Although that Taco Bell in Wapaka, they say, is very good. So
it gets a lot of business from Wapaka. But yeah, great girls. We talked about the great season that they've been having, and we wish them the best of luck in the postseason. So that was our guest the past Wednesday. Now this Wednesday, I've already talked to Coach Seidel from Kimberly Boys Volleyball. They're going to be on the show
good.
this upcoming Wednesday. And what I'm trying to nail down, Brett, is our team of the week for Clubhouse Live. I mean, it's kind of up in the air so far right now, trying to nail that down over the weekend. But that's, again, back to the Varsity Roundtable. Please check that out every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. As Brett mentioned, on postcrescent.com, on the YouTube channel for USA Today Network Wisconsin, or on Facebook. Please check it out. It's the only online high school sports talk show in the state. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, Brett, our podcast, the one-on-one series. This past week, we talked to Sarah Hagan, Appleton North girls soccer coach, but she's also had an extraordinary career as a high school girls soccer player. Also at the collegiate level, UW-Milwaukee. She's basically the leader in all statistical categories there for the Panthers women's soccer team. She played on the national team for a few games, and she also had a nice pro career playing abroad at Bayern Munich over there in Germany. Won a title and scored, I think, 38 goals in 51 games. Brett, that's very impressive. On that league level, you can score 38 goals in 51 games. That's pretty amazing. And now she's back home. She's kind of come full circle. So we talked to her a little bit. Also talked about, and I think if you're listening right now, you should check it out. She talked also about her ovarian cancer scare when she was a freshman in high school. She had ovarian cancer.
Wow.
And she had to have chemotherapy, all those kind of things. So please check it out. She talked quite candidly about it. So we really appreciate her coming on the one-on-one series. And we're hoping to get some more area coaches or do we call them celebrities? More like notable personalities, sport personalities on the show. So please check it out. We're also planned, Brett. We got to get this Tuesday, Brett, and Rosie, we can talk about this as well to get the podcast going, because we're in the final weeks here of the prep season. We have to find out who's leading conference, who's in, who's out. So please check that out. We'll have another updated podcast in that way in terms of just a regular podcast on the 920 Sports show.
A lot of good stuff. And then, of course, next Friday night, another Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream will be at Papermaker Stadium. Kimberly top-ranked for now. Papermakers, they're in a battle with Neenah tonight, down 19-14 at the half. But the Papermakers hosting Kaukauna, and live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. from Papermaker Stadium. 2 straight games for us at Papermaker Stadium. Of course, Week 9, Kimberly Appleton North, and that's kind of always a mainstay for us, isn't it? The Kimberly Appleton North matchup. It's kind of like Michigan and Ohio State when they play each other every year on the college side. So looking forward to that. And then we're into playoff mode already, and then I don't know where we'll be, but we'll be somewhere. And looking forward to seeing how the brackets all shake out. It's going to be a lot of fun. First half scoring, I'll run that down here. Wrightstown got on the scoreboard first, a 26-yard field goal by number 4, Daniel Button. Made it 3-0, 7:32 to play in the opening quarter. Then Wrightstown towards the end of the opening quarter, 2:55 to play. 79-yard pass from Trevor Vandehei to Bennett Tynas. That made it 10-0. Freedom came back, actually very waning moments of the opening quarter. Sorry, I just had to move out of the way for Rosie here. 17.9 seconds to play. A 38-yard touchdown run by Freedom quarterback Drew Courts made it 10-7. Wrightstown then with 3:05 to play. A 7-yard touchdown run by Aiden Humphreys made it 17-7. And then the Irish answering again right before the half. 35.6 seconds to play. Drew Courts, another touchdown run. 21 yards this time. 17-14 was the score at that point, and that's the score at the half as we check out our Cellcom scoreboard. I see Little Chute leading Sheboygan Falls 14-zip at the half. Another NEC score there. Of course, folks, don't forget we have a great digital subscription deal right now going on. Any USA Today Network Wisconsin site that includes, of course, the Post Crescent and the Press Gazette. $1 for 6 months. That's it. $1 for 6 months. Now, come on. There's no reason not to get in on that. That gets you full unlimited access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. Exclusive subscriber newsletters. Full access to national reporting with the USA Today Sports Plus app. Also includes the e-edition. That's a digital replica of the print edition. Please help play a vital role in supporting local journalism that you and your community can trust by signing up for a digital subscription today. find more information on any of our websites, but 6 months for $1. We certainly would appreciate you getting in on that.
Ooh. Oshkosh West scored. Yeah. All right. Oh, we have 3 more minutes, Brett.
Well, I tell you what,
we should run more commercials.
let's do it again. We'll come back after this short break, everybody. Oh, wait.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you made for greatness? Writing history? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Want to be a champion? Now to change the system.
From the moment we get up, technology is at work in our world. That's why Cellcom built a network to support big moments and small victories. It's technology with a heartbeat.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you made for greatness? Writing history? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Want to be a champion? Now to change the system. You start a revolution. This is your moment. Are you ready to fight? What do you feel? This is the love for glory, for greatness. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, we them girls, we shout it from the top, top, top. Yeah, we them girls, you know we never stop, stop, stop. And we never ever gonna back down. Yeah, we them girls, we shout it from the top, top, top. Yeah, we them girls, yeah, we them girls, yeah, we them girls.
Welcome back to Wrightstown High School. Halftime just about done as we get ready for what should be a fantastic second half here. We look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Wrightstown on top of Freedom. 17-14. I'm Brett Christopherson with Ricardo Arguello, Jim Rosandick. USA Today Network Wisconsin. This is our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Ricardo, they did a little introduction for us at half.
They did. We want
Fans
to
were
thank
turning around.
Coach Matt Verbaten for
Yes.
helping us out. If you guys don't know Matt Verbaten, he's the wrestling coach
Yes.
here
Yeah.
at Wrightstown High School. Fantastic Tigers program.
Appreciate that. Fans turning around and thanking us for being here. That's nice.
It is. Brett, by the way, Oshkosh West leading Appleton East 7-0.
Okay.
See if we have any more scores here by the corner. Nope. Just that West score.
So Ricardo's second half opens with Freedom getting the football chance really to double dip, right? They
Yeah.
scored right before the end of the first half on that Drew Kortz touchdown run. And now they're going to get the ball here to start the second half with a hot quarterback and a offense that just marched right down the field here to end the first half. Nice kick right to about the 5. I believe that's Bonnet with the football. Jack Bonnet brought down about the 26, 27-yard line, so third quarter is underway.
Jack Bonnet on the return. And number 7, Bennett Stengel on the tackle for the Tigers.
Looks like the ball's at the 27, Brett.
Again, folks, don't forget, Photo gallery later tonight on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. We have our photojournalist, Bill Glasheen. He's here. See him going back and forth, getting all the action. Court's waiting for the snap and a little play fake. Oh, out of the hands of Bonnet.
Okay.
Is that live?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
incomplete.
Clarkson's pass intended for Bonnet incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Pulaski's now up over Appleton West at the half, Rosie, 58-30.
That's a halftime score?
That's a halftime score.
Wow.
But Appleton West has been playing much better on offense.
Well, new league for the Terrors too, right? Are they in the
They're 3-3 overall, Brett. Appleton West.
FRCC South?
Yeah.
Are they in now?
No, FRCC North.
North, okay. Yeah, that's some tough sledding though when you got Bayport and West De Pere in that side as well.
Apparently De Pere, because De Pere's leading Bayport.
Yeah, that's interesting as well. There's a little pitch and catch between Courts and Nolan Phillips. 3rd down coming up.
Clarkson's pass complete to Phillips.
That is a halftime score. How do you score 58 points? Wow.
3rd and 1 for the Irish.
That's Rosie's Appleton West Terrors. That's hard to do. 3rd and 1 for Courts and Freedom. Let's see if Courts just wants to keep it himself. He's going to snap it, and handoff, and stuffed.
Nothing there.
Stuffed.
Handle stuffed by.
That was Handel. How about number 77, Riley Feldkamp, Ricardo, 6 foot, 215-pound senior defensive lineman, plugging the hole. Not only was he stuffed, Ricardo lost a few yards on the play, so Freedom's got to punt it away. That's a big stop.
Handle punting.
Defense wasn't having it, Brett. Right up the middle, they clogged all the lanes and made sure that Hamble wasn't getting that 1st down. Oh, look at this.
Oh, boy, is this a fake? And
Didn't
they
get it.
didn't get it. I think
Oh,
they're, well,
it's
let's
close.
see. I'm looking at that side umpire, that side referee. They might have to measure this.
Wait, they haven't. Have they already said? Oh,
Well,
yeah. They're
Oh,
set-
no, where they're spotting it is definitely stopped. Yeah, more towards that 35-yard line, 36-yard line. I was watching that side official on Freedom. It looked like he was coming right at the stick.
Yeah.
And but where they spotted the ball, 36-yard line, so fake punt snuffed out by the Tigers.
Oh, Freedom kind of
I
a
don't-
little tricky here,
I don't
Brett.
mind the call, actually.
I don't like where it is, but okay.
Almost
Of
worked.
course, I'm Monday morning quarterbacking here.
I mean,
so.
yeah, almost worked and almost caught the Tigers off guard, but able to get the stop. And now great field position at the 36-yard line for Vandehei and the Tigers. Hand up, nope. Vandehei is just going to keep it. Little fake handoff. Oh, powering his way over the 30-yard line, past the 30-yard line, down, I think, to the 29. Nothing fancy there, Ricardo, just lowering the shoulder and plowing forward.
2nd and 3.
Seven-yard gain for Vandehei. 2nd and 3 at the 29. Nearing the 10-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Good close game between these two rivals.
Ooh, look at that. Little good defense, though. Again, look at number 10 for the Irish. Brennan Stool just flying in.
I think that was Kiddo on that carry, Brett.
It was, and it looked like he had a little bit of a seam or maybe a chance to get around that edge. But, boy, the speed of that Freedom defense, again, all those athletes. Brennan Stool, again, 5'8", 154-pound defensive back he's listed, but he just came flying across. Chasing Kiddo down to the backside. 3rd down coming up. 4-down territory here, Ricardo, for the Tigers. Tigers, by the way, check this out. Playoff participant in every season, Ricardo, since 1995.
Oof.
29 straight seasons, about to make it 30 here this season. Vandehei looking to his left. Looking,
Out.
he throws it, but he gets hit deep downfield. Just too high. 4th down coming up.
Nice pass in for Kiddo, incomplete.
He stood in there, took a big shot.
He did. but 4 down territory, I'm going to guess now, Brett.
Freedom also a mainstay typically. Of course, last year down season, 4-5 overall for the Irish, 2-5 in the Northeastern Conference. They missed the playoffs for the first time since 2010, but certainly have bounced back quickly.
He had a lot of tough losses, I remember last season, Brett, under Charlie Jaden. That was his first year, right?
Yeah, and actually I'm glad you brought that up. I want to read a quote that Coach Jaden told us about that first season. Maybe some things he learned about himself as a first-year head coach. 4th down, Vanda High waiting for it, backs up, looking to his left, slings it, and just too far.
Boy, oh boy, that's just a timing play. And
Yeah.
just off a little bit on that, Brett. Those are hard throws to complete.
Those are, and you can see number 4, Aaron Hamble, number 5, Drew Courts, defensive backs for the Irish, celebrating that stop. That's a big stop because look where look where Wrightstown had the football in Freedom territory. So both defenses coming up with stops.
Brett, DePere still leading Bayport midway through the third quarter, 17-7.
But Coach Jaden said this, Ricardo, in one of our previews, looking ahead to the season. Well, I'll tell you after this next play. But it was really interesting and a pretty honest assessment of himself as a head coach. Trying to get that formation where he wants it as Drew Courts. Now he waits for the snap. And he's just going to toss it over to number 26. That is Nixon Heinke. This is what he said, Ricardo, a quote, "I think the biggest thing is just the kids will respond to me being myself, not being the coaches that I had that were successful. I've had some great coaches, and that's awesome. I have great experience to lean on, great mentors to learn from, but I'm not them. So the kids are going to respond to what's authentic to me is what I think I learned very quickly when I was trying to be who I thought I should be. It didn't work as well as me just being authentic and being who I am," end quote. So very interesting.
Very introspective.
Yeah. So maybe thinking he has to act a certain way or be a certain way or be a certain style rather than just being who you are.
Hey, Kimberly is up 21-19 now, Brett, over Neenah. Fond du Lac leading Hortonville 7-0. Again, these are scores being sent to us by our guy, Dan Cohn, back at the office.
Back and forth we go.
As we're waiting here, was there a timeout? Oh, injury timeout. Okay, thank you. Ball's at the 32. 2nd and 7 for Freedom.
2nd and 7 when we resume play here for the Irish.
Beautiful night here in Wrightstown, week 7. It's supposed to be fantastic weather, other than very windy the next 2 days. And Courts is going to keep it bottled up. And good job, assignment football there. Feldkamp, one of those in. Riley Feldkamp just not getting juked by Drew Courts. Actually, that's one of the keys to the game, is what Wrightstown head coach Steve Klister said about playing Freedom. Quote, "Freedom has size up front and an excellent quarterback. We will have to play mistake-free football to compete with them." I think Coach Klister is going to be real happy with how they played that run by Courts right there. 3rd down coming up. Big spot here for both sides. Can Freedom move the chains? Can the Tigers get off the field? Nothing doing in the back end, and now Courts on the run. Looking for, it's a scramble drill now. As Courts now, he's got some field across his body and gets it. Wow. It was fumble or dropped. It looks like Freedom has it, though. And how about that play? Nolan Phillips with it. Talking about a scramble. And he just turns to his left. Ricardo sees Phillips, his junior wideout. Usually you don't want your quarterbacks thrown across his body like that, but he was open, and a good awareness by Courts and good scrambling ability to keep that drive alive. Wow.
Showing you his athleticism there, Brett. He must have evaded about 3 or 4 guys to get that one off.
Well, there's only so much you can do if you're the Tigers, right, in guarding these receivers. And now Courts there's quarterback draw. Watch out. And he's got the 1st down. You've seen that play a few times. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the night so far. Such a weapon is Drew Courts.
1st down for Freedom. Wrightstown 28.
4 Freedom players, though, Ricardo, with at least 12 receptions coming into tonight and at least 215 receiving yards for the Irish. Jack Bonnet, he was leading the way, 21 catches, 403 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Parker Jochimson was next with 20 catches, 291 yards, and 2 TDs. Quinn Brennenstuhl third with 15 catches, 232 yards, and a TD. And then Nolan Phillips, 12 catches for 215 yards and 3 TDs. How about that for some
balance,
receivers?
yeah.
Oh, my goodness. No,
Look at
nice
that.
one-handed grab.
Gamble.
Aaron Hamble. Then Corey Matheson, he also has 3 touchdown receptions as well. So that's kind of the chess match, right? If you're a defense, you have to honor all of those playmakers on top of a quarterback that can, as we just saw, scramble and run.
He's 9 of 12 for 86 yards is Courts, Brett.
Under 7 minutes to play as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Boy, what a good game here. Week 7, glad we're here. Love showcasing the NEC. So many good teams in this league. Now Freedom, Courts, he looked left at first. He's going to take off, and he's got some grass in front of him. Look at that speed, trying to get to the end zone. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 5, I think down to the 3. Ricardo, you just saw it.
He's so dangerous.
Some jets he just took off.
And that's the thing. If you're not getting to him, he doesn't find a receiver, he can really just exit the pocket at such a quick pace.
Ball actually at the 4, first and goal.
He has 9 carries for 87 yards.
Yeah, leading the way
20-yard gain on that one.
on the ground is Drew Courts. Courts waiting for the snap. Handoff to number 26. That is Nixon Heinke. He stopped. Maybe a yard?
I think they're calling it at the 3, huh? So it is a yard?
Yep, so second and goal coming up. Well, we've seen Courts twice with rushing touchdowns. Could number 3 be coming here in a bit? Courts waiting for the snap. He's got it. Nope. Heinke looking to get in. Is he in? And he's going to be stopped at the goal line. Third and goal at the 1 coming up.
Third and goal from the 1.
And quickly to the line are the Irish. Courts waiting for it. Handoff to Heinke again. Is he in?
Oh, I thought he was stopped short. Oh, they got it in.
They got it in. Heinke with the score.
Touchdown Freedom, number 26, Nixon Heinke.
1-yard touchdown run, and for the first time tonight, Ricardo, Freedom in front. Good drive by Freedom, really showcasing Drew Courts on that drive with some runs, a scramble to Nolan Phillips, who kicks the PAT as well.
Wrightstown 17.
And as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, 5:36 to play in this third quarter. 21-17, Freedom with the lead. Ricardo Courts doing it with his legs, but that scramble play where he found Phillips,
yes,
was huge, and really I thought the highlight of the drive. What do you have for that drive, by the way?
How many plays?
Yeah.
Okay. 9 plays and 71 yards. Brett, I don't want to jinx it. Should I say something and not jinx it?
Go ahead.
Very, 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 very few penalties tonight.
It's been a clean game, hasn't it? Yeah. Maybe other than maybe just the first couple series.
Yeah.
It's been very good. How many yards was that pass to Phillips by Courts? Well, let's wait for this first. 31, 32-yard line.
That was a 22-yard pass play. You mean on the third down?
Yeah.
Yep, 22 yards.
Jack Nelson with the return. Okay. What? I'm sorry. Was it 20?
22 yards on that.
22 yards.
32-yard line. We'd also like to wish a happy birthday to Mr. Austin Laser.
Well, let's see what Wrightstown wants to do. They're going to Ricardo, maybe a steady dose of Aiden Humphreys this drive. Try to possess the ball, get him going a little bit. Vandehei waiting for it. Humphreys next to him. Nope, Vandehei's going to drop back again, deep downfield. He's got a receiver open. Wow, what a throw! Far sideline, that's number 27, Jaden Kiddo, and Ricardo right in line, right in stride. That far sideline by Kiddo, who got behind the defense.
That was a big boy throw right there, my friend. That was a you don't see many quarterbacks throwing something with that much velocity and precision. Very impressive throw by Vandehei.
Yeah, at the 15-yard line. How many yards was that toss?
35 plus 18. That's what, 53? 53 yards?
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. What an answer by the Tigers. And there's a toss to number 1, Bennett Tynes.
Vandehei's pass complete to Bennett Tynes. Good tackle by Brennan Stoll.
What happened to this ground and pound?
Down to the 6, 2nd and 1 for the Tigers.
I have Vandehei unofficially 12 completions, 19 attempts, 243.
Oof.
That's unofficial, of course, but either way, that's just phenomenal day at quarterback. And we're in the last 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah. Vandehei waiting for it. Ball at the 6. He's going to give it to Humphreys. Plowing his way. Is he in?
Oh, they're calling it down at the
down. That's a 1st down, I believe. 1st and goal. Ball will be, I believe, at the 3.
Yep.
Humphreys on the carry down to the 3-yard line. Enough yardage for a 1st down.
Probably give it to him again, Ricardo.
Yeah, 8 carries, 42 yards. I would. What we got here, Brett? A couple of updated scores. Fond du Lac 13, Hortonville nothing. Appleton North has tied up Kaukauna 7-7. 3rd quarter.
Well, that North defense shutting down a very prolific
Yeah, we knew that was going to be a
offense,
good game.
Timeout, Wrightstown.
Tiger's going to burn a timeout here, guys.
Our chain crew for tonight's game, Mr. Cade Verbatim, Mr. Josh Verbatim.
Speaking of Aiden Humphreys, unanimous first-team all-conference selection last season after he rushed for 1,566 yards and 17 touchdowns. He came into tonight's action with career totals of nearly 2,200 yards and 25 touchdowns. So a heck of a career for Aiden Humphreys, one of Ricardo's Elite 11 players. Also give a shout out to a longtime Wrightstown head coach Steve Klister. He surpassed the 200 career wins mark last year, Ricardo. 209 career wins is what I have Coach Klister right now. Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame inductee in 2018. Coach Klister has led the Tigers to 3 state titles, Division 5 in 1998 and D4 titles in 06 and 11. He coached a team with Bill was it Aynard as part of those 1998 and 06 title teams, and then he co-coached the 2011 championship team with Matt Binsfeld. And there's Aiden Humphreys, and he's in.
Yeah, he is.
3-yard touchdown run by Humphreys, and what an answer by the Tigers. Yeah, Binsfeld, the head coach at Kaukauna right now.
Oh, you got to give it to your bell cow, right? That is Aiden Humphreys, such a physical runner down inside the 5. I mean, what a great option to have.
What? Suddenly the offense is now showcasing all they can do. Is Daniel Bunton in for the PAT?
Hey, that's a big kick. You know, gets it to 24-21. Brett, I'll update my Twitter. Follow me at Ricardo DeLeon, DELIAN, and then you can follow Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie.
And you're right, Ricardo. 24-21 the score. Wrightstown with the lead as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Heck of a battle here. Northeastern Conference game. I see a lot of the TV news outlets here trying to grab some highlights.
Yeah, I saw Doug Ritchie here.
You don't need to watch them. You can watch our live stream for all your highlights.
Thought I saw, there's Lauren Helmbrecht, and of course we got Bill Glasheen, our guy.
Yep, photo gallery coming later tonight, both postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. Wrightstown's a team that we share with the Press Gazette as far as coverage.
Yes.
So both the Post Crescent and the Press Gazette represent Wrightstown. There's a bouncer. Nice hands there by number 23 of Freedom, Walker Westfall, senior running back, linebacker.
23, Walker Westfall.
Carter Howard, 28 or 22-yard touchdown pass for Kimberly, and they lead 22-19 over Neenah, Brett.
There's Bill Glasheen.
28-19 over Neenah.
All right. I'm sorry. No, Bill Glasheen right there on the far right, and you can see all the TV cameras as well. It's a big game.
It is.
We said one of the top games of the night in the state. A bunch of fantastic games here in Northeast Wisconsin. And now it's Drew Kortz's turn. Let's see if we keep going back and forth in this one. Is Kortz? Oh, he's just going to keep it and wrestle down. We've called this guy's name a few times before. Number 77, Riley Feldkamp.
Second and 7 for the Irish.
10 carries, 90 yards I have for Kortz, Brett. Second down and 7 for Freedom. Both teams with touchdowns in this quarter. There's Hamble up the middle, nothing there. Look at that. Look at that scrum of Wrightstown defenders.
56. Yeah, 56, Will Schoenwalder, one of the first guys there.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 at the 48. Near midfield.
Big play here.
Yes, it is.
Freedom in no rush to get to the line. Looking at the back judge. He hasn't raised. Now the hand is up in the air, but Freedom quickly to the line. Looks like they'll get the play clock or the play off. He is starting to count it down, but Kortz gets a snap. Looking to his left, not there. And he's sacked. Wow. He wanted to throw it. That's number 15 for the Tigers, Bennett Herman. Senior defensive end, 6'3", 165 pounds, doing what is very difficult to accomplish, and that's sacking Drew Kortz.
Yeah, Brett, loss of 8 on that.
Kortz
forces a punt.
He was just waiting for something to kind of break down on the back end of the defense, but very well covered, and Herman gets in there. Beautiful punt. Ooh, nice catch as well.
Oh. Kortz helping out on that tackle as well, gets it to the 32.
Caden Caldwell, the return man there, but that was a heck of a punt. Who hit that? Was that Phillips with the punt as well? Good leg.
He does it all for Freedom. But yeah, what a big defensive play, Brett, by Herman with that sack. And then, the loss of 8 yards, that forces you to punt. You can't even think about going for it with 4th and 13.
What do we have going on here, guys? Officials. Oh, there's a flag on the field. Did not see that.
Xavier up over Shawano, 41-0 now.
Oh,
Brett.
that was
yeah.
Hawks beating the Hawks.
Oshkosh West holding on right now, 7-6 over Appleton East. Patriots missed the 2-point conversion. 10 minutes left in that one. What else do we got here? Seymour 24, Denmark 15.
Kimberly 28-19. Did you see that? But Kimberly just muffed a punt.
Ooh, boy, yeah, I just see that, Neenah, in Kimberly territory.
Yeah. I assume our colleague Mike Sherry at that game.
He is all over that one.
Yep. So he'll have video footage. Ricardo marking it against Freedom.
Okay.
Or check that, against Wrightstown. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Wrightstown's going back against the Tigers.
They're going down to the 22.
Yep, ball to the 22.
First down for the Tigers, ball on their own 22-yard line.
Well, they move the ball pretty quick, Brett. 4 plays and 68 yards. Most of it coming on that huge 53-yard pass play.
There's Humphreys looking for some space, and there he goes. Now, I was just going to say to you before that play, when do you really start kind of showcasing him, Ricardo, in that
Right.
running game and turning to that offensive line? Maybe you can start wearing down Freedom a little bit here with the run game, as we are a minute 45 to play in the third quarter. But when you got a quarterback who's got an arm like Vandehei.
Right, and it's 6 yards there for Humphreys. Brett, he has 10 carries, 51 yards unofficially. But, you know, that's one of those things is you have the beast back there to hand it off and be physical, kind of run down the clock. You know, I know we're still got another whole quarter left, but it's never too early to think about that as well.
I tell you, a nice 6-yard run. It really opens a lot of things up here offensively. That said, it's Humphreys, and oh boy, still on his feet. Now he's off to the races. Inside Freedom territory, finally brought down. And now not only do you see the power that we've seen from Humphreys, Ricardo, there's the speed as
Right.
well. Down to the 44-yard line of Freedom.
28 yards on that carry, Brett.
Wrightstown, Ricardo, has done so much in the passing game tonight. It kind of stands to reason, maybe setting up now the run game here with the defense that is focused on trying to shut down Vandehei and some of the big plays he has made in the passing game.
Rosie Pulaski, 64, Appleton West 30, midway through the third.
Jeez.
Sorry, my friend.
Oh, what is this? Interesting. Wow,
Is that a
Vandehei.
Statue of Liberty?
I'm not sure. It was just a couple of little razzle-dazzle fake handoffs there, and Vandehei just keeps it, but Freedom wasn't biting on that.
Gain of 1. Second down and 9.
Wrightstown want to run a play. Do they have to run a play?
Second and 9 for the Tigers.
Or the Tigers just going to let that?
Yeah, I think they're just going to let this run out.
I don't know. They might have to. I'm looking at the back judge. They might have to run one more play with 12 seconds to go. He hasn't raised his hand yet.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, I can see the Wrightstown sideline saying don't even run it. So they're going to let this clock run down here to end the third quarter.
And at the end of the third quarter,
And an entertaining third quarter on top of what's been an entertaining game here at Wrightstown. As we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, Wrightstown with the lead, 24-21, 12 minutes to go.
Well, it's a red ticket.
Again, folks, we'll be at Kimberly next week for the big the Battle of K-Town, Ricardo.
Battle of K-Town.
2.
And yeah, look at Nina. They took advantage of that muff punt. Luke Young with a 15-yard touchdown reception. Now Kimberly up 28-26. Well, we'll see those paper makers next week as they host Kakana. Huge Fox Valley Association game coming up. Again, paper makers this week ranked number 1 in Division 1. Ghost number 5 in Division 2. Live coverage kicks off at 6:45 p.m. Looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to these next 12 minutes here in this one. Anybody's game here.
It is.
Both teams 6-0 overall, 4-0 in the Northeastern Conference. Rivalry game that dates back to, what did we say, 1949? Played in the old Olympian Conference back in the day. Then they were separated for a little while. But back where they belong here, Northeastern Conference counterparts. Fantastic league, a lot of good teams in this league. Fourth quarter underway with a handoff to Humphreys. And just powering his way inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Third down coming up. And Ricardo, this has got to be 4-down territory here for the Tigers.
12 carries, 85 yards for Humphreys.
Yeah, I do have another one if it's not claimed.
Wrightstown rolling up some yardage here today.
They're well over, they're nearing 350. Third down and 3 from the 37.
Vandehei, he's going to sling it right. Sidearm. Oh, man, it is
off.
intercepted. It was tipped. And number 10 dives under it. Quinn Brennanstool, Johnny on the spot, showing the good hands. The junior defensive back diving after the tip ball. Ricardo, big turnover for that Freedom defense. Wow.
Big is right, Brett. I believe that's the first turnover of the game.
Didn't see who got his hand on there to tip it up. But it is a turnover, and can Freedom respond with a quarterback that can do a lot of special things as well? Ball at the 26. Now it's Kortz's turn. He's looking to his left, surveying the field.
Too much time.
Yeah, but
Way
not
too
much.
time.
Somehow Kortz escapes that and flicks it out of bounds. Boy, his scrambling ability.
Incomplete. And our winner of the 50-50 raffle,
Kortz, one of many outstanding two-way players playing in tonight's game. He was a first-team all-conference selection at defensive back last season. And that's in addition to putting up fantastic numbers at quarterback. He threw for 1,451 yards and 15 touchdowns, as we said, entering the game tonight. Great stats this year. His career totals coming in, 2,871 yards passing, 31 TDs, 58.7 completion percentage. Second down coming up, and just great awareness to finally just get rid of it. Here goes Kortz. And wrestled down by number 69. That's Jackson Irvin, a sophomore defensive lineman. Third down coming up. Kortz's brother Blake, I remember, a former Freedom standout as well, Ricardo. He plays basketball collegiately at the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. Fantastic school, by the way.
Get out of here.
Go Pointers. It's the only purple I root for. I remember Blake being a heck of a basketball player, track athlete as well. And let's see what Drew can do here on this big third down play. Looking to his right, fires across, just a little too far in front of number 7, Jack Bonnet. Fourth down coming up, and I think you got to punt it away.
You have to punt it.
But good job, boy, that that Wrightstown defense, Ricardo, just guarding the back end, right? Guarding all those receivers. You think about that first down play where Kortz had a scramble. There's just nothing there. Just staying with the guys when it breaks down. Punt. Nice high punt. That's actually number 4 punting, Ricardo, Aaron Hamble.
First down, Wrightstown.
10:04 to play. Wrightstown up 24-21. Tigers with the ball. So Ricardo, you got to think now is kind of Humphrey's time.
Oh, I would just hand it off to him.
So he's kind of getting in a little bit of a rhythm there. That last series, actually this half.
First down and 10 from the 35 for the Tigers.
Handoff. Is that Cowell? Senior running back.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looking at Steve Klister here on this near sideline, Ricardo. Longtime coach, again, Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Famer. No headset.
He doesn't need it.
No headset.
He's probably forgotten more about football than you'll ever know. I'll tell you that.
Doesn't need the headset at all. He's just going to do his thing. Done for so many years. What a fantastic coaching career here.
Second and 7. Tigers.
And a high, going deep downfield. And
look out, bracketed coverage.
Yeah, I was going to say double coverage there. Nowak, the intended receiver, but was that Hamble and Kortz back there, defensive backs for the Irish?
See, again, maybe I'm just super conservative, but I would just run the ball till Humphreys can't run it anymore, in my opinion. The guy is so good after contact that even if he falls forward, you're getting another yard or two.
Well, see what Tigers want to do here on 3rd and 7. Big play. Big opportunity for Freedom to get off the field here. Vandehei just going to tuck it in. He's got a whole bunch of blockers.
Oh, got it.
And he's got the block and the first. Well, let's see. And where are they going to mark it? It is a first down. Got where he needed to get. Just basically a sweep play, Ricardo, right? You got a whole bunch of those blue linemen coming in front. Blockers in front. Vandehei, big, strong kid as well, and gets to the 45. You know, I mentioned that about Coach Klister, no headset. Isn't Bob Hyland like that, too, at St. Mary Springs? He doesn't wear a headset, right?
Bob Hyland is against technology. I'll tell you that right now.
He doesn't believe in he probably doesn't even watch Huddle.
Oh, I doubt it.
Vandehei going to go to his left. Whoa, nearly picked off by Courts. Courts got his hands in his face there. He knew he had an opportunity maybe to, not only pick that off, but if he does, Ricardo, with his speed, he might have taken that all the way.
I'm not one to challenge or question Coach Klister, but again, you have Humphreys back there, and I know the Freedom defense is tough, but so is their offensive line. You know, I'm a big proponent of milking that clock a little bit. 2nd and 10 from the 45. 4 receivers, 3 triplets near side.
Vandehei, now he's just going to keep it on a draw play, and he's got space.
Oh, boy, what a tackle. That could have gone all the way. That was number 26 from Wrightstown, Brett? Heinke with the touchdown-saving tackle. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like Vandehei had an opportunity there, didn't it? That was a heck of a tackle. Heinke, a junior linebacker, 5'11", 180 pounds on the roster here, the program. Here's another big moment. Clock ticking, 8.5 to play as Wrightstown huddling up, getting the play in. And now the back judge raising his hand, so Wrightstown trying to milk the clock as much as they can before snapping the ball. And there's Humphreys lowering his shoulder, but how about that was number 23 and number 7. Number 7, Jack Bonnet, defensive back. And number 23, Walker Westfall, the senior linebacker, coming in. And what do you do here, Ricardo, on 4th and 2 near midfield?
Punt it and let your defense, which is, I'd say for other than a couple of runs from Courts, has played particularly well.
That's dangerous, though, to give it back to a kid like Drew Courts and all he can do with his weapons. Tigers are out there offensively. They're going to try to draw the Irish offside.
That could be the play here, but they do have Humphreys right behind.
They're going.
Vandehei.
Yeah, Vandehei keeps it, trying to get around, and he's got it. Still on his feet, finally knocked out by Courts at the 35. Gutsy play call, 4th and 2, but they get it.
Good option run there by Vandehei, Brett. Put it probably right in the breadbasket of Humphreys and pulled it out. Able to get the corner and get that first down. Again, we all know Vandehei's a fantastic athlete, so you're able to do so much with him. First down and 10 at the 36. But more importantly for Wrightstown, that clock keeps ticking.
Well, it stopped now because out of bounds, but I'm guessing now you're going to see some handoffs here to Aiden Humphreys. Humphreys, he has it, lowering his shoulder. Boy, there's some big time hitting going on there. I want to say maybe it was number 23, one of the first ones there. Walker Westfall, the senior linebacker.
Led by Westfall.
A couple of the other Irish there, just some hard hitting there. That's a tough 2-yard run.
Second and 8 for the Tigers.
14 carries, 88 yards for Humphreys.
Ricardo, probably not going to get too fancy here, right? Ball at the 34.
I don't know. Wrightstown has surprised me this whole game, so I don't know what to think. Not that it's very difficult to confuse me.
Well, I kind of agree with you. Probably some Vandehei's going to sling it. And, whoa, almost intercepted there.
Brett, that was the right decision, though. He was open.
Yeah,
Wide open,
Benetinas.
Tynes.
But Quinn Brennenstuhl, we've called his name a few times there. Number 10, the junior defensive back, nearly getting his hands on the third down. And more importantly, if you're Freedom, that clock stops with 6:34 to play. There's another big moment here. Well, maybe not. This might not be 4-down territory. We'll see what happens. This could be, Ricardo, if you're stopped, a little pooch punt type situation here to try to pin Freedom deep if you're Wrightstown. We'll see, though. Third down coming up.
Decisions, yeah.
Hand off. Bunton looking for some blocking and dives forward. Is that going to be a hold? And you can see that Wrightstown sideline not happy about that call. And the hold is the call.
The flag's at the 34, Brett. Third and 18 then from the 44.
Right,
on that.
yep.
Third and 18.
Boy, that's
That
big.
might have wiped out a first down play, Brett.
Yeah, big call, big penalty, and that's exactly where they'll put it, right at the 44-yard line. So third and 18 for the Tigers. What do you do here? You got Vandehei, who's showing off that arm all night long. Don't need it all, too, right? You can maybe set yourself up for a more manageable fourth down if that's what you want to do to go for it. Let's see. Humphreys waiting for the snap. He's got it. Got time. Oh, a nice little touch pass to Humphreys. And that's a first down, Ricardo. How about Aiden Humphreys showing off the hands and running a nice route over the middle of the field. And that time, maybe the first time all night, Ricardo, where we've seen a nice little touch throw, nice little touch pass from Vandehei, who usually just kind of uncorks those fastballs. That time he put a little touch on it. Beautiful throw, and what a pickup on third and 18.
Yeah, got it over that defender, Brett, right in front of Humphreys. And, Humphreys showing some hands.
Yeah, you're not.
Sometimes those are difficult catches when they're placed so softly like that. But, hey, 265 yards passing I have for Vandehei on 13 completions.
This time Humphreys looking for some yards. You're not really expecting Humphreys maybe to
leak out and be that kind of receiver.
From Corey Matheson.
15 carries, 91 yards for
Xavier wins,
Humphreys.
by the way. I'm sorry, Ricardo.
Yep.
41 zip over Shawano. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's all I had was the updated stats. Big win for the Hawks.
Who beat the Hawks?
Hawks on Hawk crime. 2nd and 7 from the 19.
Vandehei just going to keep it. Man, Freedom not fooled at all.
Carried by Vandehei.
Whole bunch of Freedom Irish defenders there.
Oh, you might have lost one on that.
Freedom led by 55.
He did to the 21. So 3rd and 9.
Nixon Heinke, one of those guys in. Cody Scheibe also for Freedom as well. Scheibe, a sophomore defensive lineman. Boy, another big third down.
DePere looks like they're going to hold off Bayport, Brett. 17-14
What
under a
in
minute
the
left.
world is going on in that league? Vandehei waiting for it. Handoff Humphreys. Good job by, I don't see who set the edge there. Humphreys maybe thinking about bouncing it outside and instead had to kind of go where all the bodies were, and we have a Freedom player down. Looks like that might be number 52. Is that Henry Vanderheiden?
Ooh.
Senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, he has a brother. I believe it's his twin, Hunter Vanderheiden.
It is number 52.
Heck of a wrestler, too, either him or Henry.
Looks like he's
or either
okay.
him or Hunter, I mean.
Good to see him walking off the field. Looks like he's all right.
Fourth and 7. Not sure if Bunton if this is in his kicking range.
Well, where's the ball marked? It's at the
19.
the 19th, so you're looking at about a 36-yarder, somewhere around there.
Well, Bunton is out there.
That'd be a big kick.
Yeah, it would be. But I think.
Nah, the offense is out.
Yeah, the offense is out there. Maybe they were trying to get a. I was going to say maybe they try a little deception, but I don't think so. I think they're just going to try to convert this.
4th and 7. Vanderhyde waiting for it. Big play. He drops back, looks to his left, pump fakes, deep downfield, too far, and Freedom holds.
Yeah.
Benetinus, the intended receiver in the end zone, but Freedom holds, and here you go with 3:21 to play. The Irish. A chance to tie this or take the lead. Irish with all 3 timeouts remaining as well.
Ooh, going to go right down to the wire like we thought, BC. Right down to the wire. First and 10 from the 19, 3:21 left here in the fourth quarter. Down 3 points are the Irish.
Courts, little toss. Is that
Hamble?
Hamble?
Played by Hamble.
And a good start for Freedom here as the clock
Based on that by Cowell.
winding down to the 3-minute mark. Ball at the 26.
2nd and 3 for the Irish.
And yeah, quickly back to the line is Freedom, waiting for the second down snap. Boy, Courts, top thrower in the league. Whoa, does a good job of handling it. Just swings it over to Hamble, and he's got some space near sideline. Runs out of bounds. Good job by Hamble. Ricardo stops the clock. Ball at the 36, first down. And good hands by Courts there on that snap.
Ten of 14 for 96 yards. That's what Courts' numbers are. Passing. First and 10 at the 36, Brett. So a good start to the drive for the Irish.
Boy, if you're Freedom, this is who you want with the ball in your
Yes.
hands, right? Drew Courts. Courts drops back. Well, watch out. He's flushed out. Swings it over to Hamble again. And nowhere to go. Wrightstown right there, number 21 for the Tigers. Mason Driscoll, the senior linebacker.
21, Mason Driscoll.
5'9", 165 pounds. Again, good job in that back end, Ricardo. You're seeing Courts. He's looking downfield and just has to swing it over to Driscoll. And that defense just strings it out. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, Courts has been held to under 100 yards passing, Brett. 94 on 11 completions. Lost 2 on that one. 2nd and 12 from the 34. Nearing the 2-minute mark here left in regulation.
Courts again. Swings it. Ooh, good throw. And that's a first down toss to number 10, Quinn Brennenstuhl.
Quinn Brennenstuhl, first down Freedom on the Wrightstown 40.
In Wrightstown territory now. 2 minutes to play. Clock winding down again. Ball at the 49. You can kind of feel the energy ratcheting up here at Wrightstown, and Courts. That stops the clock. A toss to number 6, Parker Jochimson. Ricardo, first time we're calling his name tonight. 6'2", 156-pound wideout.
2nd and 5 for Freedom.
And
5
looks
yard
like now
gain.
we have a Tiger down in that defensive backfield. Is that number 27? Is that Kiddo?
Might be cramps as I see them working on his calf there.
Yeah, still, believe it or not, a little bit more a warmer day. Haven't hit that that cold, crispy air yet. Although I do see guys, frost advisories up north. So, of course, they have frost advisories in July.
Yeah,
Way up north.
It's true.
Looks like Kiddo's okay. Good to see. Well, we expected this to come down to the end, and that's what we're getting. These two great rivals. Always a good game. Maybe we should make this an annual tradition as well.
Yeah, this along with Kimberly Appleton North, Brett. I'm on board with that. Problem is Freedom's stadium.
Well, yeah,
That's not no fun for us.
Sometimes, you throw a little shoot in that mix too, and the strong football program the Mustangs have. A just good pocket of schools there, and Courts is getting to a rhythm now. There's Brennan Stool with another first down catch.
First down for Freedom.
7 yards on that.
Ricardo Freedom, or Wrightstown just trying to keep things right in front of it, right? Hopefully they can bleed out the clock is what they're thinking. But here's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of time left. 3 timeouts for Courts. Pretty soon in field goal range. Now Courts has got time.
Way too much time.
Downfield, and here he's going, trying to get chased down. No, swings it downfield. He's wide open. He's wide open. That's Nolan Phillips with the touchdown.
How did that happen, Brett? That must have been a breakdown on the defensive backfield.
63 yards. What a throw by Courts. Ricardo, he was scrambling. And what awareness by Courts to find Phillips.
This is a big extra point here, Brett.
Wow. He had to be close to the line of scrimmage, Ricardo. And Phillips bangs it through. And as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, Freedom up 28-24 with 1:18 to play. First touchdown throw of the night for Courts.
Bondi 21, Hortonville nothing. Thank you, the C Wood, for your updated score there.
How many yards was that? The
Court 63.
63. Or I'm sorry, not 63. He was in Freedom territory, wasn't he? So that was
37. I'm sorry.
37. Yep. $37-yard touchdown pass. Yeah.
And that was to Phillips. Brett?
Yeah. 37-yard touchdown pass. Not they were in at the 37-yard line, so I misspoke there on the throw, but nonetheless, it seemed like a 63-yard toss the way Courts was scrambling around.
Returned by Brody Wilson.
Well, this isn't over yet, is it? Not with Vandehuy's turn.
Now with these quarterbacks, nothing's over.
On their own 28-yard line.
Okay. So 1:13 left. What, Brett? 72 yards to go.
Need a touchdown.
Yes, you do. I'll tell you, I don't put anything past this Vandehey. We've already seen him hit on some long passes, Brett.
And he's going to go downfield. He's got a
Bunton.
receiver. Oh, Bunton there. But so was Brennan Stool, second down.
Don't got to get it all on one play. They have time here, Brett. 1:07 and 2 timeouts. Again, in the high school game, after every first down, clock stops.
Vandehey waiting for it. Both. Well, you can hear the Freedom crowd on the other side. Vandehey slings it over to. Keep the clock running. Cowell with it. Yeah, clock is running. Wrightstown's got to get to the line quickly here. Under 50 seconds to play. Back to the line of scrimmage. Vandehey is going to have to snap it quickly. He does. Looking downfield over the middle. Oh,
he had him.
He was pressured,
just
though.
off. He was pressured, just off a little bit Trying to get it to Button, but Jack Bonnet with nice coverage there for Freedom.
Nina's going to beat Kimberly tonight.
Oh, I missed that, huh?
29-28. Clunt with a 29-yard field goal. 10 seconds to go.
Wow.
What is going on in the FEA? How about Nina?
Now, we don't know what the score is with that Kaukauna-Appleton North game either, bro.
There could
that
be
was
a
tied.
complete log jam now in the FEA.
Fourth and 5.
Some good games tonight around Northeast Wisconsin, and he got the first down, so clock stops.
Nice pass complete to
That's to
Titus.
Tynus.
Titus out to the 39-yard line. Enough yardage for a first down.
Clock running, 30 seconds to go. You can hear the Wrightstown fans in front, and I think you finally get a timeout. There was some confusion as to what to do offensively, at least the formation, where to line up. So good timeout
Timeout, Wrightstown.
with 24 seconds to go, even.
Bondi beats Hortonville 21-0. Just looking at some of these other scores. Oh, wow, Brett. Bayport does escape. 19-17.
Oh, they did.
Last second field goal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Boy, this is the week of the close games, huh?
Yep. Oshkosh West also beats Appleton East 21-6. And again, the shocker so far is that Kimberly score, Brett.
29-20, what did I say?
29-28, was that it?
29-28, Nina up with 10 seconds to go after the field goal. Well, here we have a close one as well as Vanda High. What do we
There's
have
some
here?
movement.
Oh, boy.
Dead ball false start on Wrightstown. 5-yard penalty. First and 15.
Late fourth, Pulaski 77, Appleton West 30. You're our man. You're still our guy, Rosie. That's tough, though, you know. Terrors were making some strides, though. They're 3-3 on the year. They're going to fall to 3-4.
It's better than 77-6.
Yeah.
Well,
Second
Vanda
and-
High will try
yeah.
it again, Ricardo. 24 seconds to go. Got time. Downfield. Ooh, good
Caught.
hands. Wow, what a catch. Out of bounds, too. That is a throw and a catch. You talk about a good timing throw.
To the 47.
Caldwell catches it and stops the clock with 19.2 to go.
Down for the Tigers.
Tell you what, Ricardo, you get near midfield, you with that arm. Throw it to, hit the end zone. And a timeout still to use by the Tigers.
Yeah.
There's Humphreys backing up. Under pressure and out of just a little in front of Bunton.
Third and 2 for the
Third
Tigers.
down coming up with
Look.
15.1 to go.
Yeah, Luxembourg Casco 47, Two Rivers 13.
Nina is the winner tonight. Nina beats Kimberly 29-28. First loss of the season. That will drop Kimberly out of the top spot in the Division I rankings as well.
For sure.
We got to put Nina maybe in the top 10.
Well,
Nina's gone back-to-back beating Appleton North and Kimberly.
especially if Appleton North beats Kaukauna. Their strength of schedule will go up.
Vanda High deep
out.
downfield and caught! Wow, at the 20 with 7.4 to go. Tynus with the catch. They're going to wind the clock. They're going to have to call a timeout. The clock is winding. Wasn't he out of bounds? And Wrightstown burns its final timeout. Thought he was out of bounds, Ricardo, but I guess not.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's far sideline, so they started winding the clock, but good awareness on the Wrightstown sideline to realize that they had to burn one more timeout.
Yeah, Vanda High 16 of 30 for 317 yards. I have them unofficially.
The last time they've had a 300-yard passer.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'd have to think. But 6.1 seconds left. First down and 10 at the 19.
I can see the official going over to talk to Freedom.
Coming down to the end here, but that's all Wrightstown needed right here, Brett, was a shot here into the end zone.
And now the official looks like he's going to come over and explain some things with Wrightstown as well.
First down for
Well,
the Tigers.
maybe not.
Ball
So,
at the
Nope.
19-yard
Okay.
line.
so you gotta go for your most
Well, what's your play here at the 19-yard line?
your potent pass play here. Here you go, Brett. Coming down to the final play. Remember what I told you?
Final play it is. But you also said whoever had the ball last
Yeah, you're right. That's
wins
true.
the game. Well,
Hey,
you
could
never
still be.
know.
8 seconds left now, Brett.
Oh, they put
They
8
altered
seconds on the clock. All right. So you got time if you wanted to try to hit a quick sideline route, get yourself a little bit closer. See what Vanda High wants to do here at the 19-yard line. Waiting for it. Drops back. Steps in over the middle.
Oh, what a play. Wow,
Boy,
that was
Ricardo was there.
Bunton. I thought Bunton was going to get that one, but that was knocked away by Bonnet.
Bonnet getting his hands in there, but there's still time to run another play. 3.2 seconds to go. And
What
it
a
comes
play.
down to this. It was a
I
play.
thought that was going to go right into Bunton's hands,
Yeah,
but
Bonnet saved the touchdown.
nice throw again from Vanda High.
Well, here we go. And I think Freedom now.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yep.
Get a timeout.
Timeout, Freedom.
One shot, one opportunity. This is everything you ever wanted. One moment. Did you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud.
That was a 19-game losing streak against Kimberly, by the way.
Yeah. Something tells me they're going to face each other again in the playoffs. Well, you know, sometimes you think about that strength of schedule. Like Neenah playing Muskego, then Appleton North. I know Kimberly had Bayport, but interesting. I see Appleton North leading Kaukauna 10-7 late in that game. Vanda High waiting for it. Here we go. Final play. He's got it going deep down. No, well, it's going to be
One-on-one.
way too far in the
Oh,
corner,
boy.
and that is ball game. That is ball game. The Freedom defense holds on, and the Irish are going to get out of here with a victory and take command of the Northeastern Conference.
Final score tonight, Freedom 28, Wrightstown 24.
What a game. And like you said, Ricardo, it came down to one final play.
Fantastic game. I mean, nothing has changed on my mind of these two teams, Brett. You know, Wrightstown's in D5, Freedom's in D4. I see both these teams making very long postseason runs. They're very complete teams with dynamic quarterbacks at the most important position, Brett. It's fantastic. So what a game for both teams, Brett. I think, well, according to Appleton North, it looks like they lost.
Oh, Kaukauna now won?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I wonder if That's just what I see on their Appleton North Lightning.
2-yard score. It went into overtime. Appleton North kicked a field goal, but then
Okay.
Con ended up winning it with a touchdown in overtime.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the
Well,
Ghosts.
Brett, I'm going to head down. What a game.
What a game. Well, great games all over the region here tonight in Week 7. It's crazy. But good hanging out with you again, Ricardo.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. That's a big one, too.
Another big one next week. Absolutely. As Ricardo heads down to the field, get some interviews.
Thank you, guys.
And definitely check his recap later this weekend, tomorrow, Sunday on postcrescent.com. He'll have some quotes from this one. I'll run down the scoring. What was a wild game here in Wrightstown. Wrightstown on the scoreboard first. 26-yard field goal by number 4, Daniel Bunton. Made it 3-0 with 7:32 to play. And then Wrightstown with a 79-yard pass from Vanda High to Bennett Tinus with 2:55 to play in the opening quarter. Made it 10-0 Wrightstown. Freedom finally gets on the scoreboard with 17.9 seconds to play in a very entertaining first quarter. A 38-yard run by quarterback Drew Quartz. PAT was good. 10-7 after 1. Wrightstown with the lead. Tigers expand that lead to 17-7 with 3:05 to play in the second quarter. A 7-yard touchdown run by Aiden Humphreys, but Freedom answers quickly with 35.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. A 21-yard run by Drew Quartz, his second touchdown run of the night. 17-14 Wrightstown at the half. Freedom takes the lead for the first time in the game with 5:36 to play in the third quarter. A 9-play, 71-yard touchdown drive capped by the 1-yard score from number 26, Nixon Heinke. And then Wrightstown kind of went back and forth from there with 3:58 to play in the third quarter. A 3-yard run by Aiden Humphreys, his second touchdown run of the night, made it 24-21. And then we saw 1:18 to play. 37-yard pass from Quartz to number 1, Nolan Phillips. 28-24 the score there, and that's how this comes to an end. One final attempt into the end zone. Incomplete, and Freedom holds on to win 28-24 in our Cellcom varsity game of the week with the victory. Freedom improves to 7-0 overall, 5-0 in the Northeastern Conference. Wrightstown falls to 6-1 and 4-1. Up next for Freedom, home against Sheboygan Falls. That's Thursday night Northeastern Conference matchup. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Wrightstown will be at Denmark also on Thursday in a Northeastern Conference game. Kickoff also scheduled for 7 p.m. As for us, we'll be at Papermaker Stadium next Friday as Kimberly looking now to bounce back from tonight's loss to Neenah. Papermakers hosting rival Kaukauna, which survived an overtime duel against Appleton North. That's a matchup that will definitely still have Fox Valley Association Championship implications. Live coverage kicks off at 6:45 p.m. And again, you can access our previous game of the week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, for a limited time at Cellcom. Every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours. So stop in or shop online at cellcom.com. And Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at cooney'sembroideryandsportswear.com. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and Mike Sherry, the entire crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Wrightstown High School. Once again, the final score tonight, Freedom 28, Wrightstown 24. Thanks for watching, everybody.